Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to be in the world. Welcome to tradertv.live. North American stock futures, little change so far this morning, coming off a bit of a muted session on Tuesday. We still have all three major U.S. indexes in negative territory on the week. Once again, yesterday it was the NASDAQ that was the relative underperformer, I should say, down about 1% by the end of the session, while the Dow and S&P were both little changed. Investors still awaiting more clarity out of Washington and the possibility of further stimulus, with the Biden administration hinting at one of their first priorities could be yet another stimulus bill coming for the much-needed economy in the U.S. Meanwhile, increasing COVID cases right around the entire world still in the back burner, and a bit of a concern still. 248,650 on average new cases in the U.S. That's on a 6-day rolling average, and 3,200 plus deaths as well. Individually this morning, there's an IPO today. We're going to talk about technology firm Affirm making its debut on the NASDAQ, AFRM to be the ticker. Palantir with news this morning. We'll touch on that, and we'll have a look at the EV space as well. That little Go EV moving again this morning. Canoe and also XPeng back to the upside. It's Wednesday, January 13th, 2021. TraderTV.live starts now. There we go. Look at Asian markets from the overnight session. You can see a bit of a mix showing here. Japan nicely higher on the day, 1+%. Everything else pretty muted. Let's go over to Europe and see how things are shaping up so far. Same story here. Muted session so far. Mixed numbers right across the board. We'll shift over one more time and have a look at North American markets. Mostly red numbers here. 0.23% for the S&P. The NASDAQ about the same there, the Dow as well. You can see the TSX futures 0.2% to the downside. Brazil open already, trading lower. We have Bitcoin down just 0.5%. Both crude oil and gold then in positive territory, moving higher. Good morning, guys. Another day. We have an IPO to talk about today. It's Affirm Day, the buy now and pay later technology company coming to market today on the NASDAQ, AFRM to be the symbol. A whole bunch of other little ones moving around in the pre-market as well. Should be exciting.
Yes. I was going to just quickly say there, lots of names moving around there.
Too much fun already. Too much fun already.
We're already having a heck of a lot of fun. I mean, you're having fun with Mara, which has been the bane of my existence. Mixed results for me on that name. Plug Power continues its... I don't have an adjective for it, but unbelievable rise, so I'll just go with something lame. Double top at 72 pre-market we're looking at. Brendan mentioned Affirm. I think that'll be an interesting one today. We don't know when it's going to open up, but I'd love to think that we'll get a chance to trade that one. I think they're looking at, it was 33 to 38 was the range, and then the pricing at 49 was the last I had heard, so we have no idea where it'll open. Certainly going to do some volume, and we'll look to see if we can make some actionable trades off it. Yesterday was definitely an exciting day, and we thank you guys so much for your support, and hope you guys enjoyed it as much. I think today is going to be even better than that. Also watching XPeng, that's on the move as well, actually coming back down. Bit of a double top on that name as well. So lots to watch here, Sean. EV space, of course, going to be a big one again.
Yeah, I took advantage of, I saw someone there, hey, what's up, Rolling Records? I see you there in the chat talking about Sean's already got his hand in the cookie jar. And yeah, I do, with Mara. And we're taking out the cookies right now. So we go long through 2150. It breaks that level. There was an offering on Mara, so that's why you get it down 17%. Bitcoin making moves to the high side. So hell yeah, I'm long Mara. And we get it right now at 2150. So I'm in. I'm strong on this. I think this can go. So let's go on Mara right now. 25 cents in the money already, and we took out 20%. So we're going to watch out for that 22 level. But yeah, we're excited, man. We got a whole bunch of stuff on the watch today. XPEV moving as well. So look, it's going to be a fun day. But hey, that's every day around here.
Absolutely. Yeah, we sat down this morning and right away noticed that Riot was only down about 4% and Mara standing out a lot more than that, obviously, with an offering. So big move for Mara. We'll keep track of that. Before we get too far ahead of ourselves, let's get over to the desk and say good morning to Valeria.
Good morning, Brendan, and hey guys, let's have a wonderful trading day together. Please subscribe to this channel and hit thumbs up. Let's get it started, Brendan.
Let's indeed get it started, guys. We'll have a look at how traders here at Day Trade the World fared yesterday. More big numbers to show you in the top 10 traders list. Mostly U.S. markets. Number one, 67,000 on Tuesday. Amex, NASDAQ, New York, OTC, 41,000, number two. And then we got to go all the way down to number 7 just to get some Canadian content here at 30,000. Number 9 before we get out of the 5-figure club there, but still 4 figures coming out of European markets yesterday. So lots of opportunity still in this market overall. A little bit of deal making, guys, to start things off this morning. We'll touch on Qualcomm here. Picking up this Nuvia $1.4 billion deal for the chip startup. So Qualcomm moving on that. We have Apple kind of in this as well on a parts type of basis. So we can have a look at Qualcomm maybe to kick things off this morning.
Oh, man. I don't know what these guys are doing behind us here, but that's why we're laughing.
Dropping stuff.
I'm just hearing like some craziness. I hope everything's okay over there, boys. Okay, so Qualcomm here. Not doing too much, but we like Qualcomm. Qualcomm near its all-time highs today. Only 12,000 shares, Brendan, but it's a good story. Hello, Mara. Mara, we're long here at 51. We're up to 89.90. We're going to take some out here before 22, but that's just celebrating a little bit of a victory there early on. So Qualcomm, we're going to look at a daily chart, obviously, as we go here. If I can find it. That's not a daily chart. This is? Yes. This is what I'm talking about. We're up already near highs right now on Qualcomm. So I think that we can break out. Obviously, I don't know about this news. I'm not sure about the company that they bought exactly. But look, it's putting capital to work. And whenever that happens, acquisitions do take a little bit of time to settle down. But I mean, I like Qualcomm. It's just look at the 50-period moving average. Like, you guys understand now, hopefully, if you're watching the show, why I use this thing. It's just riding it all the way up. There's no worry about Qualcomm breaking anything until at least 145. I think this is a smart move. Upside. Again, I don't know anything about the company. I don't mean the move, but just this move here in Qualcomm has been legit. It's been verified by touching back down and then coming back up. So I look at 145 dip opportunities, and then this is not going to move the needle. It doesn't look like it. It's not doing anything today, but I like Qualcomm on a break through 159 for a longer term hold.
Yeah, I mean, you see that break at the top. It's going to be an interesting one. I just, like you said, Sean, the interesting thing is you're testing the bottom end of weekly range here on that news, which is like a 154. So in the event that you do get a push down, I mean, that's a level certainly to watch. And we've seen it doesn't move the needle to the upside. Sometimes acquisitions do the exact opposite. You can be looking for a bit of a break, but this is a name that does not do a heck of a lot of pre-market volume, only 12,000 right now. So, volume starts to come in at 9:30, and that'll probably give you a better picture. But, I'd watch out for that floor. If it can't hold 154, maybe you get at least a little bit of a retracement, not necessarily to support. That would seem extreme in a day. But a couple of bucks here, we might be able to pick it up at last week's prices.
Yeah, we're talking about that. We'll touch on Qualcomm with Mark Roberts coming up here in a couple of minutes. But we were talking about that offering for NEO over the past couple of days. They did go ahead and price that 650 million convertible senior notes. We were talking about 2026 and then 2027 on the other half of that. So lots of news to get through in the EV space. That little canoe company has been really strong over the past couple of days. There's no real significant catalyst that I can see anyways for Canoe, which is Go EV. Let's bring in Mark Roberts, president of Sun Lake Strategies, and get his opinion on what the market is up to so far on a Wednesday. Good morning, Mark. Let's start things off with this. Very good, thank you. Let's start things off with this Qualcomm news this morning. What does this Nuvia provide to Qualcomm?
I just think it's, as your guys were just saying, it's a utilization of capital. It's strategizing further out as far as the demand and as far as deploying assets is really the key. They're trying to stay in front of the curve, and until we know more about what the strategy really is, all of these M&A activities, I think, will continue to grow, and tech companies will continue to use their capital.
A bunch of holiday numbers out in the retail group this morning as far as the Christmas shopping period is concerned, which is obviously very important for this group. What are your thoughts? Any individual names standing out this morning?
I tend to stay with liquidity, so the Targets, the Walmarts tend to be my favorites. Burlington, BURL, and some of the others have done extremely well. The weather's getting colder, natural gas is ticked up, oil is come back up, the sentiment is with lower production, the vaccine coming on stream, at least moving down the food chain, the economies will start to grow versus the spikes in virus.
And when we talk about the virus, also obviously affecting the retail space still at this point. So do we take these numbers that are coming out from these retailers over the holiday period, very heavily because a lot of people shopping online? There are more, significant moves on the digital side as far as sales are concerned, or once we start to see more and more stores reopening, people getting back to the shopping, then we put more weight into it?
You've hit it on the head. That's the $10,000 question, because I think initially what's going to happen is we've been locked up or restrained for so long that you will see a move back into the malls or into the stores. But there's also that other side, which is very strange. It's a comfort. You go online, you look for your item, you can buy 2 or 3 like friends of ours have done. You don't like one of them or 2 of them, you put them right back outside the door, UPS picks them up, or FedEx, and off they go. I'm not sure there's going to be a full sway one way or the other. I think comfort is going to remain a key.
Speaking of UPS and FedEx, we've had a bit of a choppy kind of trade to start the new year for some of these shipping companies. Is it just a matter of they've had big enough moves at this point, or what's the catalyst here?
I think they've had big enough moves. I think everything in the kitchen sink has been put into these companies as far as reward, if you will. So for me now, they're in a consolidation phase. As I've been writing to my clients, we have 2 choices here. We can either pull back 3 to 5% over the next few weeks, or we start going sector by sector, group by group, and consolidating. You start to see it in some of the tech names yesterday and the day before.
Outside of the major headlines at this point this morning and over the past couple of sessions, anything catching your eye as far as maybe under the radar a little bit going into the new year so far?
Yes, exactly. So I've started going through all of the, we'll call it the nifty 50 favorite large cap type names, the clean tech, pure energy, retail. There's so many analysts that are behind the curve at this point. So let's assume a stock is trading at $350 and the cluster of analysts are all at $290. The question is going to be, with the earnings coming up starting this Friday with the banks, will these analysts be taken off guard and have to raise estimates quickly, which may be your next catalyst to our upside move?
And it's interesting you mentioned that, we talk every day about analyst upgrades, downgrades, price target increases, and cuts as well. Sometimes, you get the bigger ones that do, provide a definite move in a stock. But it seems of late specifically, there really hasn't been much weight put to both upgrades and price target increases. Is that something that we start to see come back into play?
I think you're going to start to see it a little bit. And I look for more of the analyst. Let's pick Tesla, for example. There are 1 or 2 analysts that were just non-believers. And whatever the future story of Tesla is, let's put that aside for a minute. What ends up happening is eventually they have to throw in the towel and go bullish. Those are the analysts I'm starting to look for in a lot of the industrial names, in GE, in Air Products, and all the big larger cap industrials. I think they're the sleeper for 2021.
Yeah, another one that popped up yesterday, General Motors, with a big move on the day yesterday. I know Sean wants to talk about some big caps, I can imagine. Let's throw you over to Neil and Sean.
You hit that one right on. I actually want to talk about GM. Good morning, Mark. How are you, my friend? I have a new name for you from our chat group, and I think you're going to like it. The Stock Father. So they said that where you put bad stocks to sleep with the fishes is what they said. So I got to give credit to our wonderful chat group there, and of course everyone knowing you're from the lovely state of New York. So hey, maybe it fits there. We'll keep going with that. Do you like that name, the Stockfather? I don't mind it.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's okay.
With you guys, any connection is good.
Good. Well, hey, thank you. We appreciate all that. Mark, you mentioned GM and breaking out now. Thank God I've got some of our traders into Ford down near $6.50, $7. We see Ford now going to touch $10 today, which is fantastic. My largest trade of the day yesterday was that $9.50 break on Ford. I actually call it up right now on the chart. I mean, it was just... I was in love with this trade on Ford yesterday on the daily chart, breaking right here, this 950 range. And I hammered this long mark yesterday on the show, and it was just a fantastic one, all the way up to 980, and it just kept going, gone. And right now we're looking at 995. I think it breaks 10. I got traders in on this cluster down there. I think you and I trade very, very similar. There's also one on BOVESPA that we talked about before. Now that one's, wow. Just FYI to any traders watching this right now, big order right now sitting on the book at $10 on Ford. And of course, that goes back to your days on the floor of the NYSE. Can we talk about that right here, Mark? Like $10, a big psychological level for Ford, the largest level it's been at in quite a long time. What does this mean to traders? Like, this is 2 million shares there sitting on the offer of a book at the NYSE on the floor there. That can get chewed up, right? I mean, it's not uncommon that a market maker, a DM there on the floor, will see an order come through and just wipe that out. Is that something that can be common? Obviously, we can look at the market on open orders, but that 2 million won't stay there for long if they want to buy it, right? That is
correct.
Right,
yes,
there's enough money out there to take.
Exactly true. What I think happens, though, is because it's a round number,
right,
and I never sell or buy stocks on round numbers, it's no surprise, but that should probably, if somebody is short Ford,
right,
that's the perfect way to play it. They put an extreme number out for offering.
Right.
It pushes other sellers at 98, 97, 95 to show their book, and all of a sudden the stock starts to pull back. GM is a slightly different stock. I can see this stock getting near 55, 60.
Easily.
Ford, maybe it pulls into that 11 and a half, 11 area, but I think you get much more legs on GM.
The thing about Ford pulling into that 11, I mean, look, $11 from here on Ford would still give you that 15% even higher. So you add 15% to GM. Yeah, you're at that $55, $60 level. I like GM here. They have the new, you said on your note today, the new electric vehicles on the van side of things. We know their electric Cadillac is coming out. Look, I tell traders not to trade anything unless there's a catalyst. I just think the space right now, the automotive space, is monstrous. There's a lot of catalysts in there. We talk about NIO, XPeng, those kinds, but if we bring it back to the US side, I like GM, and I actually prefer GM to those Chinese names as well if you're gonna look out a month or two from here. Am I way off base there, or does GM have, that kind of same opportunity as a NIO or an XPeng? Not to go parabolic, but like you mentioned there, up to 60, something like that. I know a lot of our traders like the action, and I think we can get it now on GM since we're breaking out.
Yeah, I think that's the case. Also, have your readers start to go down the food chain.
Right.
Look at the auto part companies that are going to participate. Look at the sensor companies that are going to participate. There's dozens and dozens of names that will circle, whether it's a Tesla or it's a GM. And then the other side, let's not forget the content. You've got everything for these autonomous cars that are still pending. So this space is enormous, and this becomes either my first or my second top pick going forward as far as a group.
I couldn't agree more. I'm glad that everyone is excited for this space as well. Thank you, my good stock father. I will pass you over to Neil.
Good morning, of course, Mark, the Stockfather himself. I absolutely love that nickname. I think it's definitely going to stick. Our viewers are fantastic when it comes to that. I don't want to keep you too long. I think it was a great segment. So you and Sean hit on a lot of things. I will say I love that whole down the stream notion. I think that's one of the reasons I like GAN in that in the gambling space, and one of the reasons why, if you pivot from a DraftKings or a Penn, GAN has been doing fantastically. It's approaching 25, by the way. But
Right.
Mark, it's a firm day. There's an IPO today, of course. The other side of this, a firm, buy now, pay later, for those of you that are unaware, fintech company. They do a lot of business. Like, I think it's like 7% of everyone in America has used that service at some point, making a purchase. But Walmart made an announcement here, Mark, that they're going to be getting into this space themselves, and they're one of a firm's larger clients. So my initial thought was, well, this can't be good news for a firm, because if Walmart does this, how many other big names might see this business if it's viable? We could just do it ourselves and not farm out. And what does that mean for a firm who right now, 1 in 3 in their revenue, 1 out of every $3 is coming from Peloton, which dependence on one company is a little questionable.
You know, it's the old story. There's 400 million people in America. There's plenty of room for 2, 3, 4 players in almost any one of these spaces, whether it's telehealth, whether it's sensor in cars, whether it's auto parts for General Motors, whether it's other healthcare names with Amazon and the drugstores. There's plenty of room. The key is to keep your eye on the ball, because if the management is really good in this company, whichever company it is, that disruption is just a hiccup. Exactly what I'm talking about with Amazon and Federal Express and UPS. These stocks truly haven't suffered, as many had written about weeks and weeks and months ago. There's plenty of room for many players.
Absolutely, and I think it's always going to be interesting. We joke around here, and I know your experience on the floor. This happens to be a NASDAQ one, a firm, of course. I'm looking at Walmart here in a nice little upward trend. I actually think if we dip a couple of bucks here, I'd love to be able to see about picking some Walmart up if we can. It's not always a great day trade. We don't know when these things are going to open. When it comes to these IPOs, we always joke on the show that it's a bit of we never understand how there's so much time put into this, and then somehow it's at 12 o'clock when we finally get the first trade. We'll watch it closely. The last I heard, I don't know if you have any other sources differently, the target range was like a 41 to 44, from 33 to 38. They're talking about 49 potentially here. So once again, it's not out of the realm of possibility where more than 50% and approaching, sometimes 2x, which is crazy from the initial prices they were talking about. This has played out before. I'm not saying this is like a DoorDash and it's overpriced, but there is some caution I would put to this Affirm, and I wouldn't buy the open at any price in this situation.
Correct. I'm with you on that, 100%. Look, it's the old story. There's plenty of spots to get in. Palantir is a perfect example, PLTR. People got in, they had great moves, they made some good money, and then all of a sudden you now have the volatility up and down, and today you're getting a downgrade, but they're getting more contracts. It's going to go back and forth. The key is don't get burned on that first day. That's the key. Or wait for a pullback on the first day and buy a little bit and trade them.
Yeah, and we've been trading Lemonade the last couple of days, and you see the same thing. I mean, it had a big rise, had a rejection at 100, and then it pulled back, gave you great prices at 70, which were fantastic. And then, you're seeing it sort of defy any expectations I would have, up at $175. So that's been a good one. Palantir, fantastic. DoorDash bottomed at 140 and gave you a level. So that's my thing with Affirm, is like maybe it opens high and comes back to that 49 or 49 range, or that 41 to 44, and those can be prices we use to our advantage. Mark, we could literally keep you here all day, because I'm sure there's a million things we can continue to ask you about. Certainly, best of luck trading. I'm going to throw you back to Brennan. I can't wait to talk to you maybe about how things went today in Affirm when you're back on Friday.
Very good.
Mark, just want to get your opinion before we let you go real quick here. I mentioned that Go EV stock right at the start of the show here. Canoe, little tiny EV company. Apparently, there's rumors floating around that they actually spoke to Apple when it comes to the possibility of teaming up for the Apple car. So it looks like that is why, or could be part of the reason why Canoe is higher today. I don't know if you're familiar with that one, but any thoughts on Canoe?
Is this the stock that trades at $10?
GOEV. I'm not even sure of the price currently, but
GOEV.
yeah, apparently there were rumors that it was considered by Apple.
Oh, wow. This is the kind of stock where the pullback back to $12 was my buy that had started to fill gaps. In here, you probably have room somewhere between 18.5 and 19.25 on that upside. We're trading at 19.40 now. Maybe you get an extension back to 21 off of this move, but it looks like it's in a range and should be backing and filling, and it's a great trading stock, it looks like.
Yeah, lots of volatility, definitely up 16% so far today. Mark Roberts, president of Sun Lake Strategies, appreciate your time as always. We'll speak to you again on Friday.
Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Great stuff. You as well. We'll jump into what's moving around, including Canoe, guys, in the pre-market here. Trying to roll over here around that 1950, as Mark was saying. But yeah, that's interesting. I just saw that headline. Apparently, Apple spoke to this company, Canoe, last year about doing something. So we'll have to keep this one on the radar this morning as well. If you haven't done so already, make sure you take out the watch list, guys. We send it out every single morning, absolutely free to you. And we talk about all the stocks that are moving in the pre-market and a little bit on why. We'll kick things off this morning with the firm. We just talked to Mark about it a little bit there. But when it comes to actually trading, guys, Neil, you mentioned not interested in the open. Sean, maybe give your take on this one.
Yeah, I'm pretty interested on the open, but we'll get Neil's take in a second. Before we do that, though, Brendan, I just want to make sure that people understand what we're going over here. And it's the Morning Movers. It's our watch list, and it's absolutely free. Valeria's been dropping the link all morning, and she'll do it again now. But, I mean, you know, we got this at 8:11, and what we do here is we put up basically our watch list, our sniper list, stocks that we're looking at here, the percentage they're down, and then some news. Mark talked about a downgrade. He talked about more contracts. Here it is right here on Palantir. XPeng still to come. We talked about GM and everything that we're talking about here as well. And also, if you're saying, wow, they're all big cap names, wrong. At the bottom of the list, Acor, 57%. You know, WIMI, Timber, everything's right here. So get our watch list if you haven't yet. It's absolutely free. Look, I have GoEV up here. It's irrelevant. You can take it off the screen, guys. Affirm, what we're going to basically do is watch. And I think that's what probably Neil's going to say next, is we're just going to see where it IPOs, what the price comes out at. The pricing was, I mean, I can call up Airbnb. We can talk about that quickly, too, as well. But the pricing for Affirm, $49. I mean, I don't know if that's good or not. I'm into Rocket. We've talked about the financing group. And look, this is what we're talking about. Airbnb IPOs at 145. It does have a high that day of 165 before closing basically at its IPO price. So it opens at 145 and closes at 145. But during that time, it traveled to 141 and then up to 165. I'm only using Airbnb because it's the first example that came to my mind. We can look at lots of them. Every single IPO has this volatility in the first day. And I think that's what Mark was sort of, and you as well, Neil, were alluding to there. You know, you don't know where it's going to trade the first couple of days. Watch it, because if you take Airbnb off the open and you like the business, everything's all good. It's only 3 days later, you're basically down, losing 25% or so, depending on where this price is. But, you know, 20% down. And if you're nervous, you get out, right? And now look, now you're 20% in the money. So it's back and forth. I think for a day trade, we all love trading these IPOs. We'll check it out here. Obviously, we have on the imbalance locator, this is New York stocks. Affirm's going to be on the NASDAQ. So we'll look to the NASDAQ imbalance locator, which doesn't populate until 9:28. So we'll keep an eye on that. We'll check it out for you and then come right back and double check that. But I don't know, Neil, if you wanted to talk about what you were mentioning there on the open with Mark?
Yeah, I mean, for me, and I think I sort of said this before, I strongly prefer limit on open orders when it comes to trading most of these IPOs. I always say my thing is there's always a price you're not willing to pay if you're a day trader, short-term trader. Certainly, if you just want to buy and hold it, then you take the opening print. You're not going to get out on the first day. You're planning on holding it forever, or whatever it might be. So again, like if it opens up at let's say $90 today. Well, I'm probably not taking the opening print up there. But I just want to talk about Dash for a second here, because it's an important point that Mark made. And it's one of the reasons why I said Dash at 140 is, remember, the stock got to a 195 on the first day. And then everyone was talking about how overpriced it was, and you had the huge fall. It just got crushed for several days in a row. Made a 140 bottom, broke that level several times. And then we talked about an iceberg order and just a buyer that was there consistently. Before it started ramping off of this bid. And look at the opportunity that was. Like, you, instead of buying and holding, on like 175 or 180 or whatever you would have gotten on the first day, certainly you could have got some better prices. And then holding all the way through a 140 to get it to come back. This stock in the last couple of sessions has gone $45 to the upside, actually touched 200. Pre-market highs 195 today. And there was a clear bottom where there was some actual size buying. Clearly some institutions picking up shares or covering whatever short positions might have been on in the stock. And opportunities like that will arise, certainly. So you can be a little bit patient. It's not as if you only have to get in on the first day and then that's going to be that. So I think that's the cautionary tale I'd say with a firm. And DoorDash is maybe an extreme example, but sometimes extreme examples are the best way to make a good point.
All right, guys, we'll continue along here. Move down to Palantir. Interesting price action so far for Palantir. Actually, before we do that, let's have a look at the overall market. We'll bring in Arun. Sorry, guys, I'll throw you a curveball here. We'll touch on Palantir as far as how to approach this morning. Futures in a bit of a range here once again. Arun, what are you looking at?
We're pretty much day 3 of the same range, so I'm going to do the same thing. You have to understand the market's got two gears, right? It's either trending or it's ranging, and we seem to be stuck in the ranging side of things. So again, you got to approach it as a range trade. So top end 38.25, bottom end 37.55, same range from yesterday. And we're still going to try to range trade it just like we did yesterday, like the levels I gave you yesterday. So yesterday I gave you 38.05. That slid down a little bit. So anything above 3800 that sets up. Shorts are available. Anything below 37.80, longs are available. Again, stops are down at 37.55 and 38.25. So just be active in range trading, and you have to have different approaches because the market does change gears between the two, and you have to have different approaches when the market does. So today I'll be range trading unless we get a breakout. Of course, the game changes once you get a breakout. At that point, then you can start maybe applying some trend logic to your trades. But for now, at least what I'm seeing is that it might stay in the range until we get that breakout there, Brendan.
Great stuff. Thanks so much, Arun. We'll check back in again tomorrow. I think an important point Arun making there regarding the range versus a directional move in the market. Be prepared to work inside of a range, and then when you do get a directional move, got to switch gears and be able to trade in the direction of the overall market. Palantir Technologies, interesting price action so far in the pre-market this morning to the downside. They announced yet another new contract, this one worth $8.5 million with the possibility of up to $250 million over 4 different phases, not years. Important distinguisher there. 4 different phases for this with the U.S. Army. Sean, Palantir is all yours.
Yeah, we love Palantir. We'll give hot dogs to everybody because, again, I love this stock, and it's moving upside right now. It was down almost 3%. I'm long Palantir right now off of this move. I just want to check back. There's nothing on the imbalance locator here for Palantir, so it's not moving due to anything like that. CCIV, a nice little bid there. We'll talk about these as we go. But look, Palantir, that's an army contract. So okay, the more contracts, the better it is for Palantir. I don't really know why it went down today. We did catch, we did catch an a downgrade from Citigroup down to $15. Okay, that was just ignored, basically. It does come down on that news. And then they're like, wait a second, more contracts, more money. Let's just keep this going to the upside is where I look at it. There we go. We take out another win right there on Palantir. That's a small one. That's 10 cents. We're going to see what happens upside now. I'm just taking some pieces off as we get ready as Mara right now ripping up as well. I got the 2 positions on. There it is at the bottom of the screen, the Titan program. Lots of upside potential. That's why we're invested in Palantir. I mean, they have contracts with Britain. They have contracts all over the U.S. in not only in defense spending, but travel, leisure. They're all over the place. They're security, they're data analysts. And I love this stock. If you guys don't know that, we're long sub 10. And it's not about talking it up. I mean, we've talked about Palantir before, and it's been pretty dead in this range, right? I'm not expecting this thing to rip to $30 today or tomorrow, but I am expecting it pretty soon. We have a cluster down here. We've tried to buy some more. I've been patiently waiting for it to come down. You can see the 50 periods moving up. I'm waiting to get longer, 22, 22.50, something like that down here. I have orders. Nothing's been hitting for me down there. And now we enjoy this move breaking out. It looks like we're trying to get above these levels for something for today. Okay, so we're already long now. Would like to get longer if we come back to 25.50. These are some spots down here, 25.50, 25.50. That's why we like it. We're ripping upside right now. We've got a good little trade here. I didn't get it at 25.50. I got it at 67. It's making moves. Yeah, yesterday was tough. I mean, we had a big trade on it yesterday, but 26. I'm just trying to see, like, where's there a breakout spot on this chart? I don't really see one, so let's just wait for Palantir. I'm going to get out of this one, hopefully in the 90s if we can get it, and then we'll see what it does. But that's Palantir, and if you're long with me on Mara, we're long down here at 2150. It looks like it's breaking highs right now, so that's a big win for me as well already. We'll wait on Mara on that share offering. So that's Palantir. It's a big stock. It'll be big today. We just got to find some levels. We're already 15 cents in the money on that.
Yeah, Sean, I mean, I don't normally say draw trend lines. I used to do a heck of a lot of it when I started 18 years ago. Said, well, I guess now it's 18 years ago. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Crap. But you do have a bit of one. Like, this is why this 25 level that I think can be some support off that 25.50 makes a lot of sense to me. In terms of breakouts, it's either going to be 26 just because it's even, or that 26.50 on Palantir. But I remember the old mantra, sometimes the best trade might be when it dips down and gives you some support off of the open. So I'm looking for 930 on that one.
Guys.
Intel?
Come to me, guys.
Yeah, new CEO.
Yeah, Intel, guys. The CNBC reporting CEO Bob Swan stepping down for Intel. So huge pop here for INTC.
Yeah, frustrated on this one because I knew that there was reports about Intel, and they thought that if they had a change in management, that this stock could pop. Damn it. What was it? There was not Third Point. I think it was Third Point. Was it Third Point Capital? It was announced that they were invested billions of dollars into Intel down here. That's what caused this initial spike back. You had lots of opportunity to buy Intel. Like, I'm a value guy. I should have been in Intel. I was talking about it. I'm going to actually talk to my 18-year-old who I told to get out of AMD and into Intel. I hope he did that. Intel now ripping to the high side there, breaking out. Congratulations, anybody that followed Intel. They've been beat down as opposed to AMD, and then now today they get that right back up to this consolidation area. Look, I love Intel, and there it goes, man. Big runner, up 10+%. It's not even too late to get into this one. We'll find out some levels. I don't want to go long on a 10% move.
Yeah, on a day trade, I think I'm staring 61, 62 if it ever gets there, and it's getting pretty close because 59 is the current high. So look, if you get the move, that's fantastic. There's probably a 56 support on the way back, just looking at the last recent top there. Outside of that, I mean, the momentum is probably going to give you some dip buys. I think are going to be there. 56, the first one I'd watch.
Okay, guys, we'll keep an eye on that one for sure. Yeah, big news, big move. Yeah, some of the other chip makers, I just saw some of the little ones as well just popping up on a volume scanner here. Let's continue along. Lots to get through on the watch list. We'll keep Intel on the back burner here for a second. Target we talked about it with Mark, providing an update on their holiday sales, better than expected, especially coming from the online side of things once again for Target. Not terribly active here, but I want to draw your attention, guys. This is Dropbox. There's a headline just coming through on Dropbox. Just want to draw your attention to the daily chart. If we can go to my screen here. Look at this daily chart for Target, guys.
Yeah, it's gone nuts. First of all, I just think that AMD is a little overdone on the drop here. I don't know where this is going to go, but we did take a little bit of a long here at 93.25. It's dropping here on this Intel news. I think people are doing what we said, man. They're rotating out of some of these high flyers. You can check the chart here on AMD as opposed to Intel, right? Intel's chart was very, very choppy, not much happening until lately, and AMD at highs. So I just think that right now there's a rotation out of AMD because I'm long 75. It's fine. But yeah, this was cruising, man. We were almost going to break through 100 not too long ago. I think that was a good catalyst. I just picked up some AMD right here. And why I want to bring this to everyone's attention was I don't think this thing goes to 90.50, but we got to watch out. I don't know what AMD is going to do right here on the day. And that's that stock. So I got long AMD. I think that there's a retracement play back to at least here, man, 94 and change. This drop shouldn't really last. Like I said, I just think it's a rotation. Neil, go ahead with Target.
Yeah, I quickly checked Micron, which is barely moving there. Well, it's down a little bit, but that Target, that daily chart it's worth jumping in there. I said I liked Walmart specifically, and that's because you're getting a chance to buy it at a very reasonable price, like closer to the 50. It's dipping a little bit as well on that trend. Target, the psychological level of 200 is going to be in play today all morning here, and if you start thinking about the pandemic winners that also will likely be able to have staying power. That's why you start thinking about something like a Target or a Walmart. And again, there's a good chance, and it looks like, I don't want to say because I'm not actually likely going to take this trade off the open, given that it's only 60,000 shares in volume. Target's not always a day trading stock. But anytime you get these breaks of a 200 and then a snap right back down, consolidation lower, I'd initially be thinking, oh my goodness, this could fade back in and give you a pullback. And that higher time frame look gives you a reason why there might be at some point a bit of a dip. If we do hold up in and around, I'd call it like this 196-ish level, then you start thinking about a retake of 200 even. But that's the only level I'd be playing off of today.
Just checking out VMware, guys. Apparently VMware moved to the downside at this point. There's possible negative comments on VMware this morning. We'll go on to Xpeng first. Xpeng, big move yesterday. If you remember on the news that they've secured the equivalent of $2 billion in U.S. funding from 5 separate Chinese government-backed banks over in China. So positivity when we got that news regarding NEO. We saw the big move to the upside for XPEV yesterday. Once again, guys, back to the upside.
Yeah, just tweeting this out about AMD right now that we're taking a shot. We did average in one more time. We're going to wait for 92. Look, if 92 breaks, it's not a huge position, but it's enough that we can trade it. So I'm going to give this to 92 and change here on AMD, as it just looks like it keeps wanting to fall. Look, normally I would probably hold this till 90, but like I said, the sentiment here is bad for AMD, and Neil checked in on Micron. So here goes 92 break. I said we'd take a stab at this. I don't know. We're not in it too many shares, so it's not the end of the world, but I guess I got to get a little bit more room on this one. So that's just that position. We're going to wait on it for a bit. But XPEV, look, we talked about this every day, man. And yesterday we had a monster winner on this name, and we'll just continue to see if we can have it again. I think yesterday we were long literally 46 and got out like 48 or something like that. And then, or no, I think it was $3 or $4 before it went like 11. Well, I wrote down today, let's see if it holds 52. It seems like that's going to hold. Yesterday there was this 52 down here. When we broke, we had a top there at 52. We broke it, and then it just absolutely ripped. These were some of the levels that we took yesterday. This is why I'm laughing, because being long that 46 was just bang to the upside. I mean, we couldn't go wrong there. I don't think we have enough catalysts in today's news. Obviously, we're down 1.5%. Yeah, if we can break through 54, I like it as well. So let's watch a 54 break. Remember, we only got as high as 54.75 yesterday, so we'll double check in on that one. But 54.75 on XPEV is definitely a good level. There is this 53.75, which was the bottom yesterday as well before we took off back to close around 54. So I like this 53.60 level on a break. But again, with still 18 minutes to go, this can be violent, and I don't think it's worth getting into right this second.
Yeah, the 53.6 is what I'm looking at on XPeng as well. That's all I had written down. But I want to talk about Intel. You might have heard it in my voice. I was like, oh boy. There were some size orders that just got, like chewed up and spit out at 80. 2 or 3 times at 80 big size orders. The 60 order got destroyed. And then we went up to that 61 price, which I probably should have waited for. I just tried shorting Intel once through that top. And it was like, it's just, I don't even have an adjective for how strong it's been. Now, this is what I'll kind of wait around for, hopefully at the open. If we get like a 61, 62 area as a top, that's probably a better place to start digging around to see if it'll turn around here in Intel, because up 13% seems a bit much on that little spike, and I think it's going to do a pullback at some point. I want to make sure I have it.
I mentioned this one, guys. BMW down almost 5% here, 4.7% in negative territory for BMW. Pat Gelsinger, CEO of BMW, replacing outgoing CEO at Intel. So that's the negativity here for BMW. You mentioned that very quickly there. Let's continue along. The next one, General Motors. Big move yesterday, all-time highs after the company announced a couple of different catalysts here. There was the flying Cadillac, first of all, the electric flying Cadillac. The EV600 van, however, is kind of the more important one, I think, or the more viable one at this point, which is going to be a commercial delivery type van that they're going to start producing by the end of the year through a subsidiary called BrightDrop, guys, which looks to be their EV space.
Yeah, for sure. I just went long there a little bit through 50 because I did mark down that we liked 50 long. I think it's already broken here today, although That was early break, not just right now, but okay. Yeah, it didn't just do this right now. It did this early. Oh, no, it did just do it right now. It did go up to 50.20 there. So it's already broken. It does come back. I do notice this. This is a small position. I want to take it so I can watch it. I mean, I love this. I think it's very similar. Yesterday, we absolutely hammered Ford. If you guys saw that, it was one of my best trades, definitely for the month, just how it paired off and looked. I mean, 950 break there yesterday. You guys saw me hammer that one. It was a decent amount of shares. We hammered that one to the long side. And then, yeah, we crushed it, needless to say. But I want to show everyone this if you weren't joining us earlier. There's a monster couple sizes here at $10, over 2 million shares. Well, now it's less, but there's a big size at 10. So we're going to watch Ford there. But we're talking about GM right now. I like GM, man. I mean, let's go back. It's breaking out, needless to say. We broke out through 45, 46. I hope everyone's still long Ford. We're long Ford 650, I think 673, I think is the exact price. 46.50 down here. That was the breaking spot for GM. Now we're going upside. I'm already long here. I like this trade. I don't see any really reason not to get in. I would love for this to pull back and give me another opportunity to get in like 49.70 or something off the open. Again, don't know if that's going to happen. There it is, a big bid imbalance also for NEO as well. But that's what we're looking at right now. I've averaged into my AMD trade, and we're just going to see what it does now. We took our last part at 91 there. I gave it, look, 3 averages in, that's it. That's the most pretty much I'll ever do. And we're just going to wait to see. My average price now 92.30, so it's right here. It's fine. But I'm going to give it to a 90 break. So if it breaks 90, I'm out. A little bit lower than that, but around 90. Let's see if this one can come back. But that's AMD, man, cruising right now. I don't know what this thing's going to do, but I do know that I like GM. That's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, that's Ford level. I'm going to be all over that one as well. And I like that, the idea of going short in front of a big size. If it's going to be there at the open, I'm taking another swing over at Intel. Just a quick second here. My thought for GM is that 50 level for me. On a day like today, you get multiple days to the upside. You have like a 20% move in just a couple of sessions here. You start to think about, okay, if it starts turning around, you get that even $1.50 range. If it cannot hold that at the open, first thought's going to be to the short side for me, using that 50 as a bit of a stop. So that's a trade I want to put on. The trade that I just made again was into Intel up at 60. I said, hey, let it try to turn around at 61. It did. I shorted the first consolidation, which was at 60. I got 96 in. I want to see if I can't scalp. Immediately just scalped off 40 cents on a win here. So I had to take a couple of cracks at this. It was very, very strong on the way up. But, you go to that immediate higher time frame. I said, hey, look at this level here at 61, 62. It's a good price range. You had a little bit of consolidation before a drop, and that's going back into the middle of the summer there. And we played that level. It's looking like it's going to work, at least for now, but no way I let it get past that 61 on me. I'd like to see if it can pull back into that 56 area where I'd probably be dip buying it, Brennan.
All right, let's go back to Fubo TV. Back on watch again this morning. They had a huge move yesterday, picking up Victory, the online sports gambling company. They're going to integrate that into their platform, so it will be available through Fubo TV. But they also said this morning that it will also be available still on its own. So if you don't have Fubo TV, you can still access Victory. But another day, another move here for Fubo.
Yeah, and it's super strong, but I think it's always worth keeping that perspective. We do this every single time so you can see. This fell from like a $60 stock and then back down to what, and we talk about these little bands of consolidation. So the chop was right at the same price. It was 24 to 30. I know it's a wide range for consolidation, but it's still half of what it was, just a few weeks ago. Now the run is back onto the upside. I kind of look at this like 42 to 44 range as maybe the next stop where it might calm down a little bit. So there's still some room here for a bit of a runner on Fubo. It's starting to give you, this. Parabolic for a couple of sessions, 27 to like nearly 40 move. So I think 40 is going to be a bit of a breakout price. I might be tempted to short a little bit of this one in front of 40 if there's a gigantic size there. But otherwise, I think a 40 break at some point into like a 43, 44 or 42 to 44, like I just mentioned. Or otherwise, I'm playing a dip into 37.60. That's the price I sort of had written down when I came into this stock. If it gives you any dip back into this range, I think it's can be a buy off the open using the pre-market low as your out, guys.
John, you want to have a look at that one?
I have no idea what stock you guys are talking about.
Fubo.
No.
We'll move on then. Lots still to get through, guys, before we get to the open. We're coming up on 10 minutes to go. Let's continue. Zoom video, we talked about the offering a little bit yesterday. They actually priced that offering. 5.1 million shares, 340, raising almost $2 billion. JP Morgan, the sole book runner there for Zoom. So they're going to use it for general purposes, they said, but almost $2 billion on the offering for Zoom.
Yeah, I'm not hating Fubo. I'm just playing around with you guys. I do like Fubo, but I mean, look, this is the thing, guys. I have a 42-cent winner right now on Mara, so that's ripping up. That's a great stock right now. GM, we're long at 50. I mean, look at this. We just tweeted this out. Follow us all on Twitter. Like, look at this trade right here. I mean, this is why I'm not looking, honestly, at some of these names right now. I'm in a lot of these. I already have 4 positions. And someone said, Sean's mad at AMD. What am I mad at? I'm in the money right now. So AMD, my average price is 92.33. Like, why AMD sells off like that on a new CEO for Intel, I don't know, but we talked about that. So good little buyback there. Obviously, we bought early, but every single one of these average-ins are the exact same. So we ripped to the high side right now. We're 4 for 4 with our positions on, yeah, okay. As I was discussing this, I even forgot what stock we were just talking about right now. So I'll throw it over to Neil. I am going to take out some AMD right now as it's getting really close to VWAP. Let's take out a little bit here for 30 cents. And then I honestly think that AMD comes back to at least this level here, 93 and change. So a good trade for AMD, even a better one right now on GM, ripping up to 50-50. And then Mara, man. Boom! It's already bang time. There's still 9 minutes to go. I'm heated up. We're in the money. We're 4 for 4 now. Let's go, guys. Big day.
We're talking about Zoom here, and we talked about offerings being somewhat well received. You get a consolidation off of what was previous support on the way back up, this $340 price range. I think we use that as a bit of a base of operations. It looks like it's trying to consolidate here and give you a break at 365. I don't love it in the middle. I think I'm buying dips that give you like that anything close to that 340 that you can use. 351 was the first level I had written down, maybe take a bit of a test, but that's just because 50 is an even round number. I had thrown in the chat that there was an iceberg on Intel. It is broken, 59.50, there was one. If it had not broken, I was going to move my stop to 60 even, but that buyer just got taken out. So I do still think we can retrace. If it breaks 59 here, I think I want to be buying in front of 56 on the dip on Intel. It's just a matter of where I get out of this short. I'm trying to play by ear, definitely before 57. I have a bid just in case something crazy goes on the open. But Zoom, I'd be waiting for a dip. Certainly if it goes anywhere close to 340, it's probably worth picking some up.
All right, guys, we learned of the news between Plug Power and Renault yesterday. Big move for both yesterday. Plug Power leading the way, though. All-time highs for Plug yesterday. Another 6% heading to the open here this morning. It's kind of hard to believe. This thing tested 71.5 up there, 71.75 even in the pre-market. We're back down to $70, but Plug looking strong again.
Yeah, Plug Power. So I just to let you guys know, I took off some Mara there at 25, 22.25. I did take off some GM there at 40s. So we're getting lighter and lighter on all of these names. And then, of course, AMD now 30 cents in the money. We did take off some there right ahead of VWAP. So let's go over to Plug Power. I know that's an interesting name. I feel bad. No, I don't feel bad. I feel great that we talked about this down here, 34.35 on these pullbacks, and where we talked about getting in. I didn't get in on my own account, and that's on me. But wow, these 4 stocks that I have, check the bottom, guys. They're all just ripping like crazy. Plug Power, good news yesterday. We saw that with Renault, and then now today, more news, getting up that 6.3%. I don't want to step in front of anything, so I don't think we'll be trading this too much here on Plug Power, but not to the short side. I mean, I think we can look long. It did have some highs, though, 71, 72. When I look at a daily chart like that, I do think that it's probably a little bit overdone. So you got to watch out for some of these levels. Check yesterday's high, 69.60. That breaks, guys. I think it's a short all the way down through. So, yeah, let's go, guys. This guy loves the show because of Val. I did want to give a big thank you to there. So there you go, Val. You guys make so much money. Okay, it doesn't, whatever. That's irrelevant. You guys have not made me money. That's fine. But I still love the show, and I love Val. So what's up to Valeria there? She'll be back on the show. Well, she's here, but we'll show her soon. There. Thank you for those super chats. Let's just keep this party rolling, guys. All these trades working out right now.
Yeah, I'm just looking at double top at 72 pre-market that you can see on Plug. Of course, that's fresh highs. So it's not a high intraday. Sometimes that matters a little bit, but we tend to look at any prices on volume, and there was some volume behind that 72 top. I look at 69.30 as a bit of a breakdown price. I think at some point most things go up and they do come down. I'd be playing a momentum trade through the 69.30 short, and I think that 72 is going to be a breakout today. 71.90 if you want to get really, really picky about it, but I'm going to use the round number on plug.
All right, guys, let's talk about Lordstown here. Another one in the EV space that's been really strong over the past couple of days. They picked up a new order for their electric commercial vehicle. They also went to the U.S. Energy Department aftermarket yesterday and said, can we get some funding to revamp one of their factories to build that said electric vehicle? So Lordstown Motors ride back to the upside again today. Another 4%, 4 and change percent here for RIDE.
Hey man, if you could get that, you get the government to fund your ambitions, who wouldn't do that? And certainly a good look for them. It's selling off at least a little bit in the pre-market here, and this sort of goes with the story for the last 2 days. It made a huge bump up to 20 to 29, and you're sort of seeing it try to come back in. What I think is going to happen is that we're going to probably find some consolidation around 26 if you just look at the way this wedge is forming out here. And then maybe that's going to be the next move to the upside. So that's what I'm looking to see. If it dips all the way into 25 support, I think maybe you can buy in that regard. Otherwise, let's look for Lordstown to consolidate here after sort of selling these news points a little bit, and then hopefully buy either in front of 25 or on top of a 26 consolidation. Bit of a buyer here in Intel. It's still 70 cents in the money, but it looks like there's a heck of a bid here on this stock. Certainly, every single time it dips down hard, there's a buyer that sort of steps in. I'm just seeing one here at 59.25. There was one at 50 as well. So at some point, I might have to take this trade off and just take the profit we have.
All right, let's go over if we're ready. I don't have really too much on RIDE. I mean, I'm just focusing on some of these stocks that we currently have because I think that AMD looking to maybe roll over. We did get out another part there at 45. You can see our long, so we're in the money nicely. Everything's rocking and rolling. I did want to talk before the bell does open, though. Watch out. My biggest trade yesterday was Ford, and not to say that my biggest trade today is going to be GM. I don't know, but it just stops at that 50-50 level. So let's put some brakes on that and just see where we open up. A quick look before we go back to Brendan, the imbalance locator. NGAB, maybe another SPAC there. We'll check out some weird ones on the board today. But Ford still looking at $10, so we still got that on watch as well with F, Brendo.
All right, a couple minutes here, guys. We'll talk about Accord Therapeutics. News again today, ACOR. They're selling part of their manufacturing business to another company. So just want to highlight this area on the daily chart. $4 yesterday. We're at 780 this morning. So it tested 780 a couple of times here in the pre-market. Gets above that. Watch out. Could blow off 8 even, which is just above here, obviously. But if it stays below 780, again, this thing was $4 yesterday, guys.
Yeah, I mean, I'm watching this one like a hawk, and I think certainly if we cannot take out that high, I'm going to be shorting at some point. I'm watching that $7 range where there's a lot of consolidation before some breaks. So below that price, I think, is maybe a bit of a safe zone if you can use it to your advantage. There's one on Timber Pharmaceuticals. You'll see this one. I'm already in position on it here. FDA awarded like an orphan drug status for one of their drugs. And there's a level that I love, and it's going to be this 130. You get post-market action with a high. We sort of ramp up in the post, top at 130, pre-market the same thing. So I was shorting in front of it, and there was a 125, a couple of orders at 125, 126. So all my shorts have been in the 23, 24, 25 range. Taking some off in the bottom of the pre-market range here, and then looking to see if we can extend. Now, this was a $1.05 stock yesterday, so that 10% return seems like the best you're going to get.
Oh, hells to the yeah. We start the day off with bangs and hot dogs for everybody because there goes AMD. Hello. Now we're $1.20 into the money on the averaged in price. We're almost right back to where we initially got in. So we absorb all of that and bang it to the upside. The big winners are there. Guess what? The market hasn't even opened. And guess what's been reached? Our goal has been reached already for the day, and it's 9:28. Today will be a good day, I assume. GM now, guys, 75 cents in the money. This is what I'm talking about. Like, join us early. We got you. Look at Mara, $1 in the money. I got you. Look at AMD, $1.25 in the money. I got you. And Palantir, you want another one? How about another one? 25.65 Palantir. Out right there, 23. Like, we're rocking and rolling. The show's going to be a big one today. I'm already, like I said, I could stop trading now and be happy, but as if that's going to happen. We wound up positive yesterday. Was a fantastic end of the day. I left you guys with some good trades on board. Yeah, so we just keep rocking and rolling here. We're going to hopefully be positive on the show today. If I don't, then I give him back some. Let's keep watching. I am looking at Ford, guys, breaking through 10 at some point. We got to let the market open first.
Yeah, I'm going to get to a couple here. XPeng does break 53.60. I just got triggered in long at 65. We're about to drop the bell in about 15, 20 seconds or so. But Weemy is the last name on our watch list. It just had a bit of a flush, and I'm looking at this 875 level to play off of at the open. If it buys into it, I'm going to be fading into that trade. So far, the two shorts working on Intel and TMBR, but got to watch out for that XPeng. You never really know how those will go in the first few minutes. Time to drop that bell, a little bit slow there. 10, 9, oh, there goes Weemy already, so it might actually break 8 even. I want that short as well, but drop the bell, 3, 2, and 1. It's already a crazy morning.
Okay, yeah, I'm just making sure that we have everything set up properly here. Did Ford open? Yes, Ford did open. So we're going to watch for that break. Okay, here comes GM screaming back to the downside. We do have some bids here. Let's see if we can get long off some of these bids on GM. So there it is. We do take that long right now on General Motors on a pullback. Palantir, though, ripping, guys, up to 26. Let's see how high this one wants to go. New contract, no problem. Oh, yeah. And I dropped my coffee everywhere. Bang with AMD report to the desk here. Coffee everywhere. Whatever. Look at AMD going to the upside. Bang, bang. We're short on this one now. Not short, but $2.13 now in the money. AMD, we hit our goal, and we're laughing right now. Palantir up through that. GM, let's see, pulling back right now. As Ford's not really, but GM is. I think this is a good opportunity to get more long on GM, guys.
Yeah, and just took some shares off of XPeng here. 54.63, so quick 75-cent winner for us on that 53.60 break. That's one that we definitely were in love with. Again, you're going to have a bunch of pre-market trades here. Intel, it did tick up to 60 again, didn't break, and then came back down to the downside, guys. So that's back in the money for me here. A nice trade over in XPeng. And then that TMBR, which I told you about I was already in. Yeah, get some orders out because you know this can happen. I had bids all the way through the pre-market range. We're able to take some out all the way down to 115. That's going to give us that 10-cent win when it breaks through. I still have half the position to retrace the rest of that gap to the upside on TMBR. I'm going to call you Timber, and why not? It's been a good one. We had the idea on that one, and then taking that one to the bank. I can tell you as well, XPeng on a pullback, I'm now looking for this level here. It's like a 53 even. If we can hold this, I'm going to reload on XPeng and see if we can't get a double dip on that long. Oh, wow. It's going crazy over there.
Fine, it's fine. Okay, so GM, the only problem with that was I wasn't able to average in and get more shares. So we will punch some more GM right now, 49 and change. What was that dropping spot there? 49. 49.50, 49.60. All right, let's use a 49.50 as a first out for GM. But everything else, man, rocking and rolling. We got out of our AMD high there, 93.80. Like, look at those outs on AMD, guys. Perfect out there. Mara now $2 in the money. What up, Brendan?
Another group to have a look at, guys. Some of the clean energy names just popping up. FCell, they bought it initially, but look at this, breaking pre-market support now to the downside. Still up on the day. I'll flip over quick to Westwater Resources. Was watching this one a little bit, 540 trying to hold for WWR, guys.
Okay. Yeah, I think we maybe, I mean, look at Palantir here. A nice little out for this one, probably above 26. So we'll see if we can get a little bit out of this one. We are long 67. Thank you to Rob and Valeria for saving us here on the spilt coffee. We went too crazy on AMD there, and the coffee goes everywhere. Okay, so Palantir, did we get that? No, we did not. We missed that one. Okay, here comes Ford. Here comes GM making moves back to the downside. We did average in there. We took one more spot. Like I said, I generally 3 times is a charm. It was it on AMD. We'll wait to see if this is what it is here for Ford, or for GM, sorry. We are averaging to GM. I do like this stock. We won't lose anywhere near what we made on Ford yesterday, but I am going to be using some kind of bottoms here, 49.30. Maybe we'll even use this one, 49.20. Yeah, let's use 49.20. This pre-market bottom there as our out. That's where we'll know we're wrong when that does hit. There's Palantir. We get it. It goes to 05s. We get that out. Just another 40-cent win. So that's 40 cents on Palantir. $1. $2 now on Mara. $2 winner on Mara, guys. And then AMD still $1 in the money, but those outs were just cash. So big day for us here. Let's hope that GM can hold this fort.
Man, that forward off of 10 would have been fantastic. You got to take it before the open, and when it's an NYSE floor order, I want to see it after the open to see if it stands up and is going to be in the way. I'm going to go back to, there's a Zom. We didn't talk about this. This is a play from yesterday. Obviously, it did a ton of volume. There was all kinds of action, but this is a pre-market high. It closed at 130, 120 pre-market top. I did have some shorts that we took off at 110. I had some we made money off of 110. So basically, I'm flat on the day in this stock. I'm looking to see if we can play a bit of a 120 level, both for a break, but initially I might take a short. If it goes down 119, I'm going to go short. If it breaks 120, I'm looking for a bit of a long into that 130. Brendan?
Here goes Fubo, guys, through 39.5. That pre-market high just broke $40 for Fubo on the upside on volume.
And I got rid of my, unfortunately, my sheet today. I can't show it to you guys. My sticky note sheet got obliterated by my coffee, but you could see there Fubo's on there, guys, 39 at the very bottom. I apologize for that. Now I can't even read my own notes. That's why sometimes putting it on the computer is a good idea. Okay, so that goes down to 49 there. We don't get out. Our price is going to be 49 out even if that does happen. But now we're going back to the upside, hopefully on GM. We did try to pick that bottom there, and that's good. Yeah, okay, Hi and Ty. Thank you for the super chat there. Goal reached. Hello. Good job there. You reached it with me. That's fantastic. And I'm glad that you guys were able to do that. But AMD's still ripping. We're still $1 in the money on that one. Mara's still going crazy. And Palantir, guys. Palantir, like this is the one, man. Hit the bangers. Bang. You guys asked about Palantir. I did the work on this for you. We talked about Palantir. Great long. Look where I'm long. $1 now in the money. I have 3 stocks that are now dollars in the money. So, you know, we're rocking and rolling now. It's been a big day already for me. And let's just keep it going. I just need GM to pop, and then we'll go crazy.
Yeah, one of the later ones here we got was that weenie right at the end of the, right before we opened the show here. Got 8s, got the pullback into 820 here. So average price is just above that $8 range. I like this chop zone, 740 to 770, to get some profit out. That's where my first bid is going to be. I'm trying to get that Zom, but Zom is short sell restricted, so have to hope to get that 119 short as it's looking to break down right here, Brennan.
OGM.
They did a deal, just looking at Nikola here, guys. They did a deal with the state of Arizona for some hydrogen work. So that word popping up 2 days in a row here. Plug first with Renault, and now Nikola teaming up with the state of Arizona for some hydrogen work. So big move here for Nikola, guys, almost 9%.
This is the annoying thing about the opening wicks, and always give yourself a little bit more room. Had that pegged on Intel for the short trade. Looks like it's going down to that 56, but there's that 61. It barely breaks. I made the top wick. Intel, it's still going to be a good look, obviously, but you knew it was going to come back in. You just had to be able to hold it. And 930 definitely led to a little bit of consternation there. Before I go back over to some other names, Lemonade just made a big break and is coming right back to this 175 range. Let's look to see if we can't defend 175. Lemonade has been due for some pullbacks, but the strength has been overwhelming.
And guys, we're going to slay multiple dragons all day, every day, because look at Palantir. You want a winner. Like, we're long Palantir. I talked about getting long $23, $24. I'm long sub 10. And look at Palantir just rip up. This is where we're long, guys, 25.66. So I'm going to spill coffee every day because that was a fantastic little move up there. I don't know what to do. I'm still holding on to this. We're going to watch it. We did take some off there, GM. As GM comes right back up to 50, our average price is 04. I did take some off 96. I did take some off 98 there. It rifled back up on a strong market. I still thought that should have broke 50. I'm still long. I'm going to wait till 49. This day is going to turn itself around if it does tank back down to 49. But hey, I'm in this business to take some risks, and that's what we're doing. $1.12 in the money on AMD. No need to drop that one. Mara still that $1.50 in the money, and Palantir $1.20. I did want to talk about Ford quickly. I am looking at this level VWAP, but I'd rather this one, 990. We get a break of 990. We're going to go long on Ford, but I did understand, obviously, what Mark said. That's why I brought it up. We have, where is it? There it is. We do have a monster level here at 10 even, right, as I scroll down. Someone asked yesterday about the advantage of having books. This would be one. So we could see that at $10. So we could see a big order there on Ford at 10. So you got to be careful about that one going upside on Ford. So I may just cancel that 990 bid that I have in there. It's making new bottoms. And so is GM, guys. GM just pulls off that $50, coming straight back down. I don't know why. I thought GM had some juice behind it today, but good opportunity to get long if you're not long yet. I still like it. Palantir coming back a bit too. What's up, Bren?
Another one fading off here, guys. Solo back to the downside. This one was very strong yesterday, if you remember. Went from 7.5 all the way to 9. So a bit of a pullback here. Was trying to get above 9 in the pre-market there, but failed. Back down to 820 for Solo.
Oh, man.
You guys should know by now how much I love some of the rules in the market. The short sell restriction rule, that's always a fun one on dollar stocks. Look, again, I talked about 119, get that short when it broke in front of 120. When a stock is gone from like pennies to $1.50, the fact that it comes down like 10 or 20 cents shouldn't necessarily cause SSR to come into effect. But this was the problem. You couldn't hit the bid. I was trying to get shares there as much as I could, and we're right back into this 105 range. So it was as easy and clear of a short as you're ever going to get. The question is, can you get it? I was trying to hit a bid that was 200,000 shares large. And there was no way to get any shares. However, this is a big support pre-market. I was short when it happened at 105. I'm going to see if I can make a bit of a bounce play on ZOM here. Not Zoom, ZOM, guys. Try to pick it up at 106 in front of that 105 area. It was support before. That's a big drop. If I can even get a scalp trade, I'll be all over that. So there we go. Just got to fill at 6 even. I want to see if I can just scalp it to like back to the 10 level or so. But as long as 5 and this level 2 holds, we should be good to go there. I still think it's a short overall. Just playing the momentum here, guys.
Come on, GM. Break yourself, GM. Let's go. Right back up to 50 again. Like, this is where we're long. I could drop this stock right now if I don't believe in it. But I just told you guys, what was it? A minute ago before we went to Brendan, I said time to buy on this dip. I hope you guys did, man. 49.38. I can now start to average in a bit, and I think I will if it does dip down again. But how many times am I going to see this fail at 50? Let's see if this is a lesson learned for me at some point here. Okay, Palantir does break that 40 level. We went back. I tried to find a level there. Okay, and again, it's because the level's so damn good, I can't find it again. It was right here. It was this 40 level there. I guess I had the wrong price, but it's good because I probably would have got out anyways. A breakthrough 30 there would have been the out. I took the out, the breakthrough 40, so I miscalculated by about 10 cents there. I don't know why. I don't know if I'd still be in this or not, but Palantir now ripping back to the high side, guys. We're not in it anymore, sorry. Let's see what happens at 27, but Palantir up that nice 2%. I'm going to look at AMD. Hasn't been long enough. Oh, yeah. Also, guys, QS yesterday. I bought some of that in my own personal account like I told you I would. Nice little move up. Brandon, what you got, bud?
Speaking of that, here's another one. Chewy, guys. Big move on Chewy today from 105 up to 111. That's all-time highs for Chewy. Credit Suisse with an upgrade on Chewy today.
Yeah, Chewy, we're falling down. Money is just falling down right now because we're long Chewy again off IPO prices. And I'm light on it because I got out. But wow, good move there on Chewy. Look, I mean, I keep watching GM here, and the reason why it's my most invested stock right now by number of capitalized here. My capital has been invested the most in this one. AMD still ripping, Mars still ripping. I do have a target here for AMD breaking 91.80. So if that happens, we get out. Otherwise, man, look at this. Bang, bang, bang. Beautiful average in. We're doing it all day, every day here. Let's go, Neil.
Yeah, I just got some shares out at the 106 to 108. We're going to take the rest out at 110. It's a scalp trade on ZOM. I still think overall today feels like a short day for me in this name. And that's why I want to take advantage of any scalps that I can. I'll go over to WIMI, WIMI here. It's stalled out. I got almost bottom wick when I got 770s out on my 8 short, but it's consolidating. Probably a decent sign for me here. We're getting some consolidation lower. The next leg down, if it takes me to 750, I'll be very pleased with that trade. There was news on Qualcomm, which is continuing to not move the needle. So I mean, I was looking to see if that one actually would sell off down to a 150, but it's literally not moving here, guys. I think if it does make a move down, you're going to want to pick some of those up. And then I talked about Lemonade just a second ago, thinking, hey, let's defend 175 if it dips down. It got to 179 here, and once again, Lemonade is off to the races. I feel like the next thing I'm going to be talking about is that 200 level again, Brendan.
Interesting level, speaking of levels, on this canoe, guys, Go EV. We talked about the news. There was rumors floating around in the pre-market, guys. They spoke to Apple going back to last year about a possible deal that I guess nothing ever came of. But 1830 here, big bounce for Go EV.
All right, we're going to try GM at the bottom here just to see, I think, again. It's just so silly of me because I got caught, thinking that GM, not caught, I mean, I'm not caught, but I thought that GM could break through 50 there. We did get out the first time when it came back, but then since then, 1, 2, 3 more times. Like I said, this is going to be a good learning day for all of us, and for me especially, because I'm invested right now in this name. Not invested, but I own these shares right here on the show. You could see that, but I'm going to use 49 as a drop. Like, no matter what I think about a stock, when I see technically that it stops up here, that's an out. And I mean, we got to do that. We have Kevin O'Leary coming on the show Friday at 10:30, so make sure you join us. I'm going to talk to him about some blue chip names. I'm sure he's interested in GM as well. We're going to talk about that, but that's a good name here. I still believe in this. We're going to hold it through 49 just a little bit and see what happens. We take one more price right here. If I can get some 18s, which it looks like I'm going to, we'll average in and then we'll stop. So we're going to wait to this. See, there it is. We'll see what happens now through 49, but this one looks like it'll be a loser. Happens every once in a while.
Yeah, and just having a quick look at that Go EV, I think I wanted to be looking at a retracement to that 20 level, but it looks like it might roll over at 1950, so that could be the better level to watch here. It's definitely going to be a wild stock, so don't trade it like a normal $20 name. Certainly more volatility than that. Fubo again, test, fail, break through 40. Now you're seeing it plunge. This was where it dipped at the open, right into 37.50. I'm going to play this level. It's going to be hard not to, but it's falling like an absolute rock. So I would trade it with caution. I'm going to give it about 50 pennies, but there's also slippage to work with as well. So I just got 38s long. Again, it tried to come. This was on the way back up, believe it or not, when it just bounced at 37.60. Did miss the first move. A dip buy. I'll try the second one. I would have liked the first for more shares. Brendan, what's up?
Big box store, big to the downside today. They provided a Q4 forecast update this morning. Not good to the downside, but just popped up through 45 there on volume. So trying to get back to the upside. Still 7% for big, guys.
What do we think about XPEV here? Like, I was looking yesterday's level of 51.50. Actually, it's 51. Oh, shoot. It's coming right now. I think this is possibly a short now. Nice moves downside here on XPEV, XPEG. 51.50. I mean, this held yesterday, all these tops, and it's come down pretty hard now. And yeah, I don't know. This one's looking to me like a decent short right now through 51.50. So I think it's probably worth trying. But the spread right now, 20 pennies when it opens up. But XPEV right now making moves back down. We saw a monster move yesterday on financing, and then now today it looks like it's coming back to the downside. You have something, Brent?
Not to put him on the spot there, but I just got the first leg out of that Fubo buy here, a 38. Took some out at 38.40, it looks like, so 40 penny winner there. Next leg will be, hopefully we can get something in front of 50s and then ride this one through VWAP into like 39.25 or so. But I want to make sure I scalp some. This is the second move, not the first. Anytime it's bouncing off a level like this, you do have to watch for the breakthrough. If it breaks above 38.50, I'd move my stop to break even at 38. There is one other name, just to go back to that ZOM. It's at that 110. Looks like we'll get exactly the scalp that we wanted. So that we drew a line in the sand at the bottom. I like the short, but that's loud, Rob. We drew a line in the sand on ZOM. Now it's headed to the upside. Brennan.
Another one that updated their holiday sales, guys. GameStop, big move here, 15%. This is 52-week high territory for GameStop, coming up to 23, guys.
Okay, yeah, we're going to go. We just got out on a bat. We got out some of that on a 49 break. I thought I had 48.80s like I was talking about with this level, but I guess I didn't. So we did get out there. We fall down on GM, but I think it can go again. So we did this. We got caught going crazy with NEO yesterday. We're not going to do that again, but a 49.25 break. We're going to go long on GM. I want to give a big shout out to anybody that's still long Palantir. Like, I got out on that drop just because of yesterday's. We talked about that. I don't need to show you again. That was yesterday's high. We got out on that when it does pull back in. But look at this, just taking off, man. We're long 25.60 there. So that's $2 base. Well, not two. I mean, almost $1.80 on the high side of Palantir there. So congratulations to anybody that has that name. A pullback level into Palantir, maybe 26.80, something like that. But this stock is just making moves now. And now you see the ES, or sort of the NQ, I guess. Let me move this. Oops, I just minimized it. The NQ's making moves back to the high side there. Let me call that back up for you. Here we go. I'm not sure. I don't recall the levels that Arun was talking about, but that's a nice little bounce off of this 12,860 there. So let's watch out now for the NASDAQ to carry this market a little bit higher.
I'm going to hit this one. Wee! You jump off the earth there. There we go. Wee Me is the name that I am short. I'm actually short a couple of names here, both working out for me here. Timber as well. Oddly enough, I can hit this one for Timber at some point, but 760, I just got out 40-cent win. I talked about this consolidation area. 750 was the bottom end of that range. The next leg down will be simply 715. You can just look at it on the chart there. I like to have these targets when they're in place. Watch out for Fubo. I got first target on that long bounce. But it looks like I just sort of got back in front of that 37.50 area. If we take out the bottom, I'm going to get out of this trade. I like to dip by at 9:30. When you miss it, you just have to take the pain and understand that the second time through is not going to be as good of a trade. And that's exactly what ends up happening here. Probably maybe you should have taken more shares off for that 30 to 40 cent win, but it is what it is for now. 36.50 was previous close. I would have a look at that level if you can. I talked about TMBR and that timber action. I made bottom wick here, getting an out at 113, short here, up all the way at 125. It's going to consolidate. At least it looks like it's going to consolidate below VWAP. I'll probably look to load into some more shares in front of 120 so long as we can, guys.
I'm still trying to look at Ford, but I don't have too much interest in it right now. There's GM. I told you about that price. Can't believe I really did think that we had 48.8. I told you guys it wasn't 49, but I guess I did have a 49 script order in there that filled. I was really waiting for this 48.80, so I think that'll be the next out if this breaks. This 49.25, and I don't get in. I get in, and it doesn't go up. I'm going to use 48.80 as my out. And again, being as transparent as we can, giving you guys ins and outs. So in 49.25 break, we're going to watch out for this 48.80 to snap off. This time, I heard Brendan in my ear.
Not seeing much in the way of headlines on this one, guys, but Nano Dimensions, fan favorite, 52-week highs here for NNDM through 1050. Big volume behind this move as well. Nice look for NNDM, guys.
Yeah, just, I mean, I totally missed out on GameStop, and thank you, Tisha Perkins, one of our members here, letting me know about it. 16% to the upside, just went crazy ham. And anytime you see something like this, where we just had a huge it's not two-session move, it's actually a three-session move, a breaking out 22.75 area, and then you get the immediate, like, even dollar. If we come back and then retest, not the even, but maybe that 22.75 area to the downside, that could be 1 point for rollover. The other obvious one is going to be that 25. But GameStop, it has been an unbelievable recovery for this stock, and I've usually been shorting these moves, but I wait for it to calm down to have any success, if that's what you're going to do, guys. You don't fight the trend and think you're going to win if you don't have good levels to work off of. One of those might have been four, but I already said wait for it was an NYSE order that Sean showed you on the book, and that means it was eligible for that opening print. I wanted to see that post open if there was a real seller going to actually be there. It looks like maybe that got executed on the way down. I mean, if it comes back up, maybe it retests 10 at some point, but that was really the trade I was looking to execute on Ford, so unfortunately, that's not going to be there for me. Fubo, if I made bottom wick, we'll see if that's true, but it looks like it's continuing right back down to the bottom. I got out, of course, when it broke that 37.50 and looking for a 36.50 bounce here, guys.
So there it is, man. We are out right now we got into Nikola, but we got out of GM, so we're going to fall down a hole. I got to find the falling down a hole. I don't remember the last time I even hit this one. There, I'm going to flush myself. Forget about falling down a hole. So GM there does break. We stick to our story there and get out at a 48.80 break. So that's okay. That's a loser for us. But Nikola today, guys, like 16%. Wasn't there some, I believe, this was not on our watch list, I don't think, but I do remember seeing some kind of news on this one. We did take a little bit of a stop there. We noticed that it was coming back down to this 21.50 area. Some consolidation upside. We will now look for this 21.80 or so. I'm long at 60. If we can scalp off, a quick 70 cents, quick 30 cents, we'll probably do that and then see what happens at 22. I have a feeling Brendan has this.
Yeah, I mentioned it quick right off the bat there at the open, guys. Nikola teaming up with the state of Arizona for some hydrogen work. So, definite catalyst on Nikola. Update on Intel all the way back to 57. Trying to bounce at 57, guys.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
I can't believe it. The thing about At 9:30, usually have your stop. If you're going to hold something to the open, give it just a few extra pennies to make sure. An even dollar stop was literally just, it made no sense when your upside, or I guess downside, was a couple of dollars there. Risking an extra 15 pennies would allow me to hold on to that trade. I missed Acor because I'm paying attention to Weemy and also ZOM here. And ZOM, if it breaks 105, I'm just, you know what, actually, I'm not even going to let it break. That's how much I don't like that long. It bounced once off 105. I'm just going to get out of my 6s at 5. I got 80% of it out for a win. Acor, I want to be testing that 7 level. It is now finally broken down. Forget about that double top for now. I want to short in front of 7 even, and hopefully we'll do the same thing we did in Weemy. Brandon, what's up?
I saw some numbers as far as holiday streaming went, guys, for Disney, for Netflix, for Roku, all out this morning. This one was by far the winner for the holiday season. It was something like 84% of hours streamed came from Netflix. Disney was on there as well. It was only 6 or 8%, so right at the bottom of the list. But Netflix having a pretty good day so far.
Yes, it is. And what else having a good day right now is Nikola. To say the least there, we just took some off. Now we're going to see how high or whatever this can go through 22. We're going to go long through 22 again. Here we go. Let's see. Bang. We got long there. Yes, I didn't even break, but we got long. So, okay, now we're long near 22s. But that was a great trade, man. 21.60. We got out just before that at 90. Now it breaks through 22. But I got long there. It didn't. Did it go to 05? I don't know. I was watching. It didn't look like it did. But we are long now, 22 on Nikola. Let's just protect that and see what happens now to the long side here. NKLA, a new position for me. Let's go, Nikola. 21.93. We got it. It's a backflip kind of day for us here. We screw up on GM, but now we go to new money with Nikola. Let's go.
And let's go. I mean, hopefully, let's go down. GameStop. I'm not in it yet, but we talked about consolidation lower below that 23 mark, and that would be the first trade that I would try to take here. Ooh, no, don't have those locates. Gonna have to see if we can pay for them, and I want that one. But there goes Weemy. This one was sort of there's no such thing as an easy trade, but one that never really threatens you. You wait for it to fail and then just play the first pullback after the open. It's working like a charm right into the pre-market base level at 7 even. That's where my last target is going to be. It'll be that around that 10% range, almost a full dollar that we'll get on the last 20% of the trade. Weemy for the win, GameStop for the fail because I should have checked 5 minutes ago for those locates.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Okay, we did take Neo, and that's the thing. Like, when we're trading here, it is kind of hard for us to be able to figure.
We usually have
my keyboard today. Figuring everything out here as we go, and so bear with us. Okay, Neo, we did take that long, breaking through 64 there. Didn't really have too much of an opportunity to talk about it, but I saw it ramp up. Yesterday we shorted the crap out of Neo and got the crap delivered to us, and it was steaming hot, and it wasn't good. So we'll wait to see here today. Breaking back down below. I'm not going to get married to this position. I already have a wife. We're going to see this bottom here, 63.44. 63.40 maybe as an out. So that's about as far as I'm going to hold this one, Neo. Every time I get onto something, Brendan has got something. So let's go. What up?
I got to show you this one, guys. This is an interesting story. EH on the NASDAQ having a second day move here. We had a big pop in this one up to 31 yesterday, all the way to 36.5 right now on volume. Ehang Holdings, another Chinese company in the EV space. It's actually electric, but I got to show you this because it's really cool. Check out these things. They're making these personal flying electric vehicles, guys. So they already have this production model and prototype. So Ehang Holdings, these are personal flying electric vehicles, guys.
I'll say this, and nothing against you. We saw that you showed the GM flying car thing. Those look cooler than the GM flying car, which looked a little busy for my liking, but again, to each their own. I just got into GameStop there at 22.88. Below that 23. I'd like to add one more time, but cannot let it take out the high of the day. This Intel, I was going to go long in front of 56. I think I said that a couple of times, but it bounced at 57. So you try to be patient. That was the level that I had picked out on the higher time frame. Just looking at previous highs here, this is the 55.70 area on Intel. So in front of that was where I was trying to base a bid. It hasn't gone there yet, but I still am waiting for that price to come down. I'm not going to put an order and just randomly get in front of it. I'm going to have it on level 2 and then have a look, see when it gets to that price. GameStop, I still want to be adding to this if I can, below that 23 mark with a 23.40 as my out. I mentioned that Lemonade a couple of times here, saying, hey, maybe it's going to get to that 200. The actual current high is a 188 and change. 187. 187 is where this one turns around and sells into VWAP. So still waiting for that next parabolic move in Lemonade, and I will be taking a crack at that $200 range. It doesn't look like today is going to be the day, however.
Okay, 63.19 maybe as a stop here for NEO, and we'll just see what happens on the downside there as we take some more shares. Oh, I didn't get them. I thought we got some more shares there at 50, waiting to see about that VWAP play. So we're going to wait to see on that one. Now for NIO, we're long through 64, although I have 63.99. Like, I don't know, but I guess it did break, so that was our call. We did try to get some more 50s there and missed, so let's watch out for NEO back to the upside right now. Hopefully, that's the case for NIO here. Nicola still goes, man, breaking out. We got some 40s there. That was, sorry, 35s. That was a good trade. We'll take some 29s now. That's still all on board, and we're loving life right now with NIO and Nicola now ripping to the high side. GM, we get out there on that break. Now it's looking to take it again. So I think this is a good spot here for GM. I did like that 25 level. We're coming back to it. I think it's maybe worth a break here. Yeah, 49.30, I guess, on a break. Let's take it, guys.
So one of the things we talk about is education on this channel and keeping it real. We go through all these names on our watch list. Plug was one of them, that double top at 72. I liked it for a break. I did mention there was this level for a rollover breakdown trade. It's embarrassing to see no short for me here, but one things I did is on my list, I put a big fat question mark so that when I go back over this, it's like, why didn't I take it? I can't blame Intel. That's going to be the reason. I was watching Intel. It was late news that came in. But you have to watch out. If you have a plan on a stock that you knew was going to be in your watch list, you knew was going to be a good one for an actionable trade like Plug Power was, maybe reacting to Intel news wasn't the most prudent way to use my time there. It was a good trade. It was a good idea on Intel, but I blew that one and then missed this opportunity in Plug. This is the consolidation for the previous ramp up that you had yesterday. It's going to be like 61 all the way into like a 63, 60 area. So it's a wide range. I'd like to see Plug dip down into the middle of it. Call that like 62 or so before thinking about any kind of a long trade. So GameStop, I just got more shares into the short. If it breaks at 23.10, I might take another shot at the high of the day, 23.40. So it'll be a tight stop on these shares, looking for the potential re-entry.
Okay, good calls there. Yeah, we like talking everything about stocks here, if you didn't notice that on the show. Welcome to the show. If it's your first time, we're sitting here, we're trading equities. So these are live equity trades. And there goes NEO. We talked about getting out there at 63.20, and there we go. We get out now. We're not, I mean, look at the futures coming to the downside here. So we're not going to be holding that down to there. So we tried a 64 break and didn't work out. That's fine. We're going to move on from that one. What's up, Bren?
Hey guys, you got 10 o'clock. Let's have a look at North American markets, see where we are so far. Pretty choppy so far, back and forth for the overall markets. Lots of opportunity on individual names worth mentioning, but S&P dead flat, Dow dead flat, NASDAQ, yeah, a little bit higher, trying to lead, in fact, both the composite and the 100, 0.2, 0.3%. to the upside, but these two struggling so far out of the gate. We've seen a lot of strength from small caps over the past couple of days, 3 days in a row, in fact. To the upside. So a bit of a pullback here for the Russell. Here in Toronto, the TSX 0.3%, full percent to the downside if you're joining us down in Brazil. Good morning. Ride, guys, a few things from the watch list. We talked about Lordstown Motors, gave you that 27.20 break in the pre-market. We're up to 28 even for Ride, still doing all kinds of volume so far this morning. Worth having a look. This one, on the other hand, choppy mess so far. We tested the 364 down to 46. We're right back in the middle for Zoom. So not much to look at for Zoom so far. Guys, back over to you.
Thank you, Brendan. Usually I'll hit the yeehaw because we come from Brendan and do a winning trade, but why not? We'll play a little darts and we'll hit the bullseye right to target on Weemy. Just got shares out. It'll be like 725 here, and I know you look at this bottom and it's kind of random, 713 at a price, low volume pre-market. But either way, our best entry point was 815. We started the trade here on an 8 break. Either way, it's going to be around that 10% mark for the entirety of the move. If it continues further, fair enough. It was a 624 stock. My target was always going to be that 7 even level. That's whether I'd actually gotten the short at consolidation at 850 or whether I got it down here at 8, right? So if the target would have been the same regardless of entry point because it's a level, not necessarily that percentage. Brendan, what's up?
Just saw this one, guys. Tesla breaking day lows here, or pre-market lows anyways, at 840 on volume. So a big volume spike came in through 840. Tesla breaking down.
Oh, God. You know what's making me sick? That we were looking at, thanks for that, Brendan, there, Tesla. Yeah, and that reminds me of EV names. Remember when I said 51? Remember we went back over and we were looking at 5150, and I was like, you know what? I think XPeng is going to be in trouble here, breaking through 5150, and then I decided to go long NEO. Like, that makes a lot of sense. Here's XPeng breaking back down to the downside right now. So that's $1. Like, if we had that one, that was a call that we made right there, breaking back down through $1. Look at the NASDAQ trying to get to negative territory, which it's going right now, back into negative territory. So, I mean, on some of these Chinese names, I mean, they're just well overdone. We call up a 3-minute chart. They've just been so heated even the last day here. Yesterday, big time move up for XPeng. Now we're coming back in. Yesterday's bottom, though, 49.80. So we're getting kind of close to that. I wonder if that's something that's worth defending right now. Let's watch the NASDAQ, though, keep on falling. So we got to try to protect some of that. We only have that 10% of Nikola left. I talked about trying to hold on to something a little bit longer than normal. But here we go, breaking back down. I think this is worth getting out here on a 21.80 breaks, 21.75 break. Let's get out and make sure that we capture most of our profits. It's going to be a big stock for me, so let's not let this one drop all the way back down on some of these NASDAQ, falling. So 21.75, we're going to be out of the rest of our Nikola. Still a big winner for us on that one. Can't believe this is 17% up today.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go over XPEV here because it's just one of these things that's gonna happen to you real time. Talk about some of the trades. I don't want like obviously the 53.60 is gonna give the 75-cent win. I'm gonna reload, like I said, in front of 53 at 37. I end up not even getting out until 85, so 15 cents of slippage. You lose 50 pennies there. That's okay. What's not okay? Pre-market low 52.40, and then look at all this consolidation off that 52.40 high. This was the bottom of the move, right around that price, holds up, and then gives you all kinds of consolidation for a short. That's usually a setup that I would have on other names. I didn't have it on XPEV here. Maybe it's because I had the long position before. Either way, certainly that's a trade that I'll look to have next time. Forget about any bias you might have or the trade made before it. You take the setups that work for you. That should have been one of them. Brendan, what's up?
I keep my eye on this Affirm, guys. No sign yet of an opening yet, but we'll keep watch for Affirm. This one, though, another recent IPO, ABNB. Was 4.5%, almost 5%, in fact, above 172. They increased their current quarter forecast. They also said today that they're going to cancel DC reservations for Inauguration Day in Washington, but Airbnb higher today so far.
I actually forgot about that Affirm. Okay, we're going to look at that in a second, though. But right now, new position alert, GameStop. We take it through the top, breaking through 23. So let's see where this wants to go. It's a relatively big position. We'll see what happens now. GameStop. Here we go. Here we go, baby. We got to get some out. Yes, sir. I told you about this. A big, nice position. Boom! There's no coffee in my way this time. Let's just keep going to the upside. Yes, sir. GameStop. Yeah, buddy. A big breakthrough 23. I know there's a hell of a lot of traders short this one. I think the short interest, I'm not sure if Brendan came with this before, but here we go. What a big trade. Boom! One of my largest trades by net right here today on GameStop. Go! 60 cents in the money. Big trade alert on this side.
Oh, so you're done? Okay, so I was just watching GameStop as well. I mean, I had the high of the day wasn't 23, but that's where I took my short out again to 88s through that 23.10. It always has a large short interest. I like the opportunity for rollover. I still think it's gone too far, and I'm going to pick my spot there. It's still a $4 range, and it just went about 50 pennies. So next level up is going to be that 25 for me. I just got Timber, more shares out there at 105. Remember, this stock closed at $1.05, so you start to get a little bit greedy. I have probably more than I should at this point. Still holding on to like 20% of the position to see if it can't go to $1, just because $1 is a round number.
All right, guys, I got to find out my. Okay, there. That's what it is.
That was the one that had over. It's more than over 100%.
What was GameStop?
GameStop. That
Yeah,
was,
that was
last time it was the same thing.
Yeah, that was an easy one for me there. Okay, we're going to wait on this. I'm just putting my order in to get long on Affirm when that does come in, so we'll put a pending order there. But yeah, GameStop got... Wow! Damn it. Why, Sean? Why did I get out of this early there on that? Like, so excited, but out. We're still in on this trade, but we have about 30% of our position still on. So GameStop, yeah, what a big win this was. I'll probably have to tweet this one out at some point. Big opportunity, big trade there. When you get short interest like that and the stock is moving, guys, that's like bang. It breaks that 23 level, and we go ham on that one. We go real hard on that. I told you that was a big position for me. I told you that when we put it on. And so there it is right now to the upside. Let's go. Let's just keep on going, man. I mean, where am I going to get out there? 48? So we just take a 48 right there? There it is, 48. It's like, boom! What an out there on GameStop. Let's just keep on going. I'm super excited, if you can't tell, about that GameStop trade. We did get some out. We got all out of Nikola on that 75 break. It's coming back. Watch out for the NASDAQ there. We dumped out on NEO. That was a bad trade. We're going to watch out for that. So 0 for 2 on the car space. But as far as electronics, can GameStop count as that? We crushed AMD today. We crushed Mara. We crushed GameStop right now. Nikola was fantastic. And then Palantir, man, big trade alert on Palantir, long through 2650, 2550, sorry, earlier. But yeah, this GameStop, I'm just enamored by this. Still going higher and higher and higher. We love you, GameStop.
I just got short off of a level in ZOM here, and I'll show you in the daily chart in a second. But then right at $1, more shares than I anticipated. It's like 1.5 million, maybe 2 million shares on the bid here at $1. So I'm probably going to have to scalp this out. Well, actually, you know what? No, I'm going to hold through. It's taking out this level right away. I'm actually see if I can't get some more shares here, but it's short sell restricted. So I'll get whatever I can because that 2 million shares got eaten. I already have 103 to the short side. Hopefully I'll get those shares. But this is that top from the yesterday, right at $1. And why I'm shorting this level, there it is. I got some more, so I got a 102 price. It's already heading down through 97, it looks like. So ZOM is coming down rather heavily at this point, taking advantage of this trade here, guys. Brendan?
Yeah, what a volume event that's been for ZOM the past couple of days. This one as well, just popping up. Cutie, little Chinese name if you like the little ones, just popped up on a volume scanner. 195 through day highs for Cutian.
Well, sorry, that was, just had, of course, Manjo's position. You saw real time what was going on there. Already just got some shares at 93 and to 95, some of that range. I mean, the floodgates opened up. I was thinking of getting out in front of $1 because of how big that level was. And then immediately when I saw it got chewed up live here for you guys, I just started trying to hammer you couldn't hit the bid because it's short sell restricted. I've talked about how much sense that rule makes, but here's the move to the downside. I did have the short when it broke this level. I then was taking some out, then flipped to adding to my position right here at $1. So I have $1 short right now, looking to see if this can fall even further. It's making a bit of a base, and I'm likely to reload at $1 if I get an opportunity to. I'm not sure that's even going to happen here because this name has come rather far. And if it came halfway back, you're talking about 50, 60 cents, guys. This one's falling like a bit of a rock.
I mean, this is the kind of ride that we're having right now. You don't need them all to have a big day. Look at GameStop, guys. $3 now in the money. $23 breaks. It just touched 26. Look at this. This is how easy it was. There's also, I didn't even notice this. I just played it off 23. There was also a high before of 22.80. So that made that trade even better. Like I probably would have used more shares if I had saw this, but I didn't look into it. I just know that Brendan came with that story and that I knew GameStop was heavily shorted there. Wow, I'm not going to get out of this, man. $3 plus, still ripping. We just tweeted that one out. Just go, go, go. Look where we have this, guys. Sure, we did get some out. I mean, I'm not going to stare a gift horse in the mouth to take one of Neil's lines, but 26.50 all the way to the upside here. I all of a sudden forget about my GM and my Neo trade. This is why you got to keep trading, guys. You never know the opportunities that are going to be there for you. And that one on GameStop, just, I mean, I don't know, this volatility halts. I don't know what's going to happen with this one, but we are still to the upside. I'll probably get some out right now, but we got to hold on to a little piece there as 26.50 just got taken out. So let's get out now, and then we'll just hold the last piece and see what happens because I don't need to get caught in a volatility halt and this thing opens back up 25. I don't think I've been caught in one good one yet. So we'll take out a little bit, and then we'll hold the rest. But wowzers, guys, that's a banger for you once again. GameStop, let go.
And, you know, it's interesting. We were having a discussion about volatility halts and those levels and playing off of them. Certainly worth your advantage to know that those rules are in place. Look, this is actually starting to get out of hand here on ZOM. ZOM's now at 85. I mean, this dollar break, and we talk about the psychological level of $1. Remember, there's listing requirements if you stay below that price for too long here. But falling like a rock, and I'll say it I said a million times, that short sell restricted rules sometimes would be a bit of a pain because that limits the amount of shares that you're able to get. Certainly did here, but I'm going to get more shares in front of 80. I said maybe we get to 75. We're there in like a few cents here. Brendan, what's up?
A couple of things, real quick. National Transportation, that's a big word, Safety Board urging automakers to address inadequate emergency response guides after another Tesla vehicle files. So this is specifically referring to electric vehicles, but the National Transportation Safety Board coming out with a statement today on safety inadequacies for EVs. Wanted to show you that. And then this one as well, BioBase, which is BIOL on the NASDAQ. Wish I saw this one earlier, 140, 135. They provide lasers for dentistry work, so cleaning for dentistry work. They teamed up with this DSO Dental Care Alliance across the entire U.S. So getting exposure to a whole bunch of more business for BIOL, guys.
Just to jump back to it, because obviously you got to watch for that GameStop when if it's going to halt. I mean, sometimes I question why they haven't already, but in the event that it does, you're waiting for a halt when you see a move like this. You forget about the fact that it's going to turn at 27.50. It's a psychological number, but if it were to, halt to the upside and then have an open holding that halt price or reopen holding that halt price on the offer, that's an indication that sort of the weakness is going to come back in and you'd be shorting it. Anytime a stock goes 23, and again, a short consolidation, you have to have an out. If you don't have an out, the best trade you ever make is getting out of a trade, and that's why. Tighter stop on that one for me. If I'm a short seller, you have to be able to do that. I'm trying to figure out how it goes from 23 to 27 that fast without a halt. Certainly, I maybe was worth a short up at that 27.50, but no way I'm going to do it until we're in that post-halt scenario off a move like that. The stock that I feel like got forgotten in all this craziness, GameStop went nuts, ZOM went nuts as well. Fubo did make a bottom, but it was all the way at 35. Now back up to VWAP here, and that's a big retrace off 35 all the way to 38. It's a $3 move, but here's the top where I got the last shares out, turned around, another double top here, 38.30. If it can hold this level, it might be worth a nice little scalp short off of the 38.50 level. So Fubo is screaming back up, but it just came 10%. In a matter of minutes. I like to see if I can fade that level in front of that 38.50 on Fubo. I was long before, now I'm getting into the short.
Okay, we're going to try to go long here as well on Chewy if it kind of comes back to this 111 area. I can't believe how high this stock is up there. I actually paired some off last week, I think like 97 or 98. But again, cash is king. We'll put some cash in our pocket and buy something else. So I bought some more STIC, BarkBox, and some BFT. PaySafe as well. So those have been good stocks for us. Damn you, Neo, coming right back into it there. We did take, you guys know we did took off some GameStop there, 26.50. We hold that 10% just to see, but my number one stock by far today, right there, GameStop. Wowzers on that one. Okay, I did want to go back to Neo here quickly because, yeah, we did get out at 63.20, but here it comes screaming back to the upside. I don't know. I mean, I still like this to go long again, but burned us last time. I think we could probably try it again through 64. Remember, like when we got this long, this was also happening in the market. So the market was also tanking. So, that didn't help us. And thank God we got out where we did because we saved ourselves a hell of a lot of money watching out for this bottom. So good stock here, Neo, but not great. We'll look to see what that wants to do on the high side right now. NYNIO. What is SYBX? This is a name that's moving here on the NASDAQ. SYBX up now 50%, 48%. It just got going here. I don't know what this stock is, but we'll look at it and find out. Maybe we'll go on a daily chart here. There it is. What have we done on the daily chart? We've been up here before, so watch out. Just was up to $4 not too long ago. Don't know if that's real, but look where it comes from. SYBX. What is the name of this one? Synologic. So watch out, making some moves to the high side there. Obviously a big mover from today, but just broke that 350, guys.
And let's try not to forget. I mean, I keep forgetting that today is a firm day. That means that IPO is at some point going to be opening up. I mean, you can have a quick look. It's just a blank and then a dull grayed out. It means it's a halt state, waiting, pending and open. I haven't seen any updates just yet, but I haven't been looking too hard at any price updates of where it will be. But I'm going to get my limit orders ready because they weren't, and they should be. Definitely should be ready. I did get into Fubo, and I feel like it's immediately gonna make that test through that previous high here. I don't want to have a stop order on the stock because I kind of wanted to see it trade at 38.50 first, guys, which it has, and then slap back down. So there was no bid up there, although I did just see a buyer tried to step up and got eaten alive at 38.20. It was like 50,000 shares, so maybe that's a good thing. Brendan.
Positive news here for VUZIX. We've mentioned this one numerous times. The BioSig is the company. They're deploying VUZIX M400 smart glasses for remote servicing capabilities during COVID-19. So a couple of companies now using these smart glasses to, that is still Tesla, but you can see VUZI, guys, moving higher.
Vuzi. Okay, yeah, VUZIX there. We talked about that with Mark, actually. Remember, he talked about, look at some of the other stocks that might come into play for some of those electric vehicles and whatnot. So that, there might be something there. Still watching this name, SYBX. Brendan, let me know. Maybe I've missed it today if you've come with this already, but it looks like we're taking out the high right now. So there it goes. I mean, normally I would have took that. I don't know much about this stock, so we can watch out for whatever this is here, SYBX. Still looks like it wants to go. Check back on GameStop, hovering around 26. Like Neil said, no halt, no problem. Let's see if it gets back to 27.50. Maybe they'll halt it then.
I have no idea when they're going to do that, to be honest. If they do, Fubo, I just took some out for a bit of a scalp trade. And then, I'm not saying I got spooked by it, but the way it slammed down here to get to 37.66, I was able to catch like a 50-penny winner. And I mean, the bid just... I don't have a word for it. It was just incredibly strong. I decided I wanted to be bullish on the name, so I lose my stop order to go long through 38.50 instead to see if we can actually test even higher. So it's a decent short. I got out flat in the second half of it. Now I'm actually working into a long position, which is what we were doing before on this name. So back to the roots. I also reloaded a little bit here in ZOM. Not the amount of shares that I had at $1 before because it's not $1. It's at 96, but I got some more shares here. Average price now going to be 98 because I was still holding some shorts from when I had it at $1. I'd love to be able to take the short at $1. And of course, it was this level at 105 anyways, which you can use to your advantage. So going to work into this. If I see a massive order at $1, I'm likely to go even heavier and just use that as my out instead of 105.
Yep, good call on that one. Okay, I was just looking here at GM just to see what we could do on this one. It wasn't a good trade for me today. We did average in. It's my biggest loser, though. But I'm not worried about it. Just letting you guys know that GM's trying to come back a little bit. I don't mind a 49.20 break, but I know I was really excited about that earlier. Not so much anymore. I feel like it's tried and didn't go, especially on this kind of a move back up with the futures. I really feel like it should have gone there and it didn't. So I'll probably pass a little bit on that name for now. We've talked about that. You know, one we haven't looked at yet. It's to the moon. We'll see if the pins are set up for space. Virgin Galactic right here just made a move right there, breaking higher, man. 27.50.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, there it is. Virgin Galactic breaking out 26.80. Let's check a day chart right now for Virgin. 27.50. Some consolidation up here, 29. Not a bad break level, 27.70. Where are we at right now? 27.53. Okay, this is not horrible, man. 27.60. Let's take a little bit of a longer look here at Virgin Galactic. Looks like it could go.
I can tell you we like that level from the last time we talked about this stock when it was down at 25 was, hey, it was a good sort of, not breakout, but a consolidation and move to the upside there. But you had both all the way back into the July, you had this 27.50 top. Then you also had this recent consolidation top at that same 27.50. You get a bit above there, and it's going to be a nice little trade. See if you can't get back up to that $30. So count me in here. Sometimes the fail break works the other way. Instead of looking for that short trade, maybe it even gives you a chance to get a pullback to 27 here. But I'm not playing the short on space. It's been a very orderly rise to the upside, which I think is a lot better for the long trade than like that parabolic and then slam back down here. So first look will be if we can get a pullback dip to 27 or take out a fresh high. And then the second time it's good. The first time to 27.50 break, it has not worked for you yet.
Yeah, I'm not going to take GameStop here through 27, but it could go again and then you're gone. So I don't think this 27.50 lasts. If we break through 27, I think it's gone, guys. So watch out for game. If you're short on GameStop, you should be out, but watch out here. It does the 26 holds there. I'm just looking at 27 to break. Very, very careful there. I'm still in the money, $4 here on a 23 break. So just watch out if GameStop does break 27. I would not want to be caught short there on a 27 break. And again, breaks through 27. This 27.50 is obliterated, in my opinion. So watch out there on a 27 break for GME. Other than that, man, we wait for Chewy to break 111. I think we'll cancel that as it doesn't look like that's going to happen. But for now, it's Brendan at the big screen. Small cap recap. I believe.
Indeed, yeah. Small cap recap time. Let's go back to a few that we were talking about right before the open. I mentioned this one. Acor Therapeutics, positive news this morning, up to 775.8, 780, call it what you want, but tested it twice here. Give you a nice little opportunity. Very, very controlled risk in a setup like this because you have such a clear level. So 780 at the top. Could have gotten in around 740, 750. You know, we're all the way down to 575 now. So great opportunity for Acor to the downside, still 40% higher on the day. JAGX, another one I was watching. There was a seller that showed up here around 390 to 4. Tried keeping it under 4 in the pre-market here. So a couple of opportunities there for some scalps in the pre-market, and then a big flush down to 350. So quick little trade for JAGX off the open. Hasn't done much since then, but worth a watch. WIMI, the main one that was in focus today, 875, 880 up to 9 in the pre-market. That high in the pre-market was 9, gave you all kinds of opportunity in that consolidation to add to this anytime you wanted to, really. Up to the open, 875. We're down to 720 now for this WIMI. Also, guys, just saw a firm indicating $90 on the open price. 49 was the IPO, guys.
We're acting like it's a big deal. I mean, we're not even in position. Look, sometimes we're a little overly dramatic, if you haven't noticed. But yeah, a firm right now. Oh, let me show it to you.
Cancel my limit order.
I know. I had my limit order at 70. I'm like, you know what? I don't know what you had yours at, Neil, but I had mine at 70 on a firm. The indicated open, of course, was 49, where all the rich people are logged in at. But I'm not locked in, nor am I rich, or else I would be taking a firm. I like the idea. I like the opportunity.
49, yeah.
This is what it looks like when it's halted on our screen and not open yet. So I will cancel my 70 bid on a firm and move over to GM. We went long there, 48.80. We got in one of them. We got long off a bad wick there at 50.20. But then we noticed it. I mean, I like the bottoms here. And I just didn't want to miss the move back up. So we're long GM right now, 48.81. It's a big trade for me. Still moving to the upside right now. So 30 or 40 pennies. We're not going to make back what we lost. So that's not going to happen because we were average. Well, it could happen, but I'm going to try to get this one out. We are long right now. I don't mind it breaking through 49.20. Let's just see what happens on the upside right now of GM. And then let's just talk back here. GameStop doesn't really break. Oh, it does break 27. Did it break 27 since I've been talking about it? Yeah, it did. So, and actually, I said that this 50 would get obliterated. It didn't. But that was on a 3-minute chart. Now that I noticed this, it's actually right here. 27.15 or so has to break. So 27.15 breaks, then I think we're gone. So watch out for that double top high there on this name. And there goes GM as well, guys. 49 and change. Let's get a little bit out here. We'll take 20 cents.
Yeah, I mean, that affirmed 90 anyways. It's interesting. It got, look, I always say this, I just took the sweater off because I went from freezing cold to like boiling hot, and as soon as I take it off, it's going to go freezing cold again. I just took some shares off of that reload in Affirm, in ZOM. Affirm's on my brain here because that $90 price. 96, 97, I got a couple legs in, took it all out, not all of it, but the majority of it out here between 90 and 92. So
funny.
So you go from like 10, 15 cent wins, 10, 15% returns on the stock, 20 at the most at that absolute bottom, to it's settling down, and then it's back to what is normal for this name, where you're taking 5 cents, 10 cents is a great return on ZOM. So I still think it's probably going to continue a bit of a flush. $1 is going to continue to be a level for me all day long here, and I'll play off it as much as I can. Brendan, what's up, buddy?
A little bit light on the volume for this one, but worth a mention, guys. Shakira signing up for Spotify. So Shakira selling her library, or the rights to her library. That is definitely not Shakira to Spotify. So all-time highs, guys, for Spotify.
Oh, Spotify, yes, sir. Look, I was saying all the time, I'm in on this. $360. Hell yeah, Brendo. I'm long this name in the 100s. Shout out to Gregory over there, where not too long ago I said to him, this was when Spotify direct listed at about 130, 140. I got in on that, and I told him that Spotify is like the Netflix of radio. I don't think that's true, but now they're signing more and more people, so maybe it is true after all. GameStop still trying to do that. And then our GM trade, man, yes, sir. This one's a roller coaster ride, but we hammered it down here. And you can see how many outs we had. This is how many like that I was in this one. We got out way too many early there, and then right at 49, we've been cashing out a little bit. My best out is 06. Let's see how high it wants to go. GM making a winner out of this trade finally here. Good look on that one. And I'm still waiting, guys. When this breaks 27.14, I think it's gone. So here we go. Watch. Bye-bye. Let's see. I told you that high right there demolishes. Boom! That's a call right there. I told you. It takes out this high. We go right. We don't even look at 27.50. It goes straight to 28. GameStop. Parabolic. Where's my water? There it is. Making myself drink. $5 winner on this $20 name. Let's go.
They're just 20% moves getting handed out like candy. I almost said cotton candy. I don't even know why, but like candy. Not getting to that $10 yet, but just going to continue to watch out for Ford. Let's not forget that monster order at $10 before pre-market that was shown on the level 2. If it gets there again and we do see something like 2 million shares or even 1 million shares in the offer, 100% I'll be short at like $9.97, $9.98, $9.99, and then just looking to scalp that trade. Virgin Galactic just retook that $27.50, so I just got a new position alert, just got into that long trade. Sometimes the second is better. It did have the consolidation higher. I like the look on the daily time frame. I don't know why I wasn't paying attention when I'd taken it off my daily quote board when it slowed down a little bit. Now it's off to the races once again in space.
Yeah, off to the races once again. I don't know what to do here with GameStop. I feel stupid because I was sitting here making the call. Once that breaks, it's gone. I don't think I would have got any because literally when it broke this 27.13, guys, Look at this stock. I'm long $23 on this one, guys. Right here, easy. It doesn't get any easier than this one. Like here, breaks. I mean, no way. Obviously, I would have held everything, and then I would have walked offset because we'd be huge today, up to $29. Like if I held everything, I don't even know what to say. But right now we're holding small. But when you're holding small and you're in the money $6. Pretty good here on GameStop. So a nice little $6 winner to go on GME. And we wait now. We're waiting for GM. We just took a little bit more out there at 49. I don't know if this is going to go. If it does, man, then the day is going to just get off the charts for me. 49.40 trying to go here. We've already had big-time winners on AMD off of some of these averaged in earlier position here on the pre-market. Look at this out on AMD. You're going to, some people, not going to say who, some traders on YouTube, they just like to put these marks in here, right? Oh, I got out right here. You know I got out right here. This was a trade that we took. We got out twice on this pull, the day high basically since the market opened up. AMD, you're welcome for that trade. Also, guys, Nikola, big time trades here now coming back in. That's one of my more successful stocks. And then let me guess, this isn't real either. 25.60 boomed up to 27.40. Yeah, this is a day we're having. We're having quite a day.
And there goes space. Forget about this wick. It actually, just a dark pool print back down to 27.40. I actually have a dip buy price in there. I would have been filled and you'd see a better price to the long side than 56. I added one more time just because I was starting to really like the strength that I saw. I will take a little bit out in front of that 22.75. I just got some here. I just hit the bid there at 70. And then I'll look to see if it goes to 28 and then hang on to the rest. I'm still thinking because of the orderly fashion that the Virgin has been making its run the last few days, that we'll probably get a dip at some point. I have 27.40 for now. I'll probably look at 27.50 if we extend to 28 even. But a nice look on Virgin. We have something for this, and I can never find it on my board here. There it is. Waiting around for Virgin to make a move to the upside so we can go to the moon on this one. Nice little run up here. I'm getting back into ZOM, of course. Now, I talked about a buck. There wasn't a lot of size at $1. But remember, this is the other level here at 104, 105 where this whole party started. It was a 103 short that I had on originally, and that was the one that we really liked. And then we added at $1. So I'm thinking about the same thing here. Currently, I have a 98.5. If it breaks 105, I'm definitely going to be getting out of this trade. But I'm looking to take more shares on the way back down so long as we hold this 105 level. Brendan, what's up?
Still searching for headlines on this one, guys, but I'll show you it anyway. CPSH, which is CPS Technologies. Big move up here. It's halted currently is the story, but huge volume on a reopen. So it was halted down here 6:30, reopened 7, halted again. moving higher for CPSH. Guys, it's 10:30. That means there's an hour left in the session over in Europe. Miss V is watching what's going on over in Europe. What's up, V?
Hey Brandon, European markets are mixed and keeping track of coronavirus developments in the region. Carrefour trading in Paris is up almost 17% after merger talks with Canada's Couche-Tard Inc. Back to you.
Yeah, big mover today over in Europe. We'll have a look at that coming up again at 11, guys.
Okay, so thank you, Miss V, for that. Yeah, Couche-Tard coming through for Carrefour there on a bid. So CA over there on the Euronext, CA.PA for us. Actually, we can look at that. Why not? Just to call it up quickly for you guys, we do have the ability, 59 million shares today on CA, up that 15%. I know a lot of you don't trade European stocks, but here's one, and this is what it looks like on our system. So Euronext coming through, CA, nice little move there. Want to bring it to your attention. 60 million shares, nothing to sneeze at, that's for sure. Achoo. We're going to go to the upside right now on GM, giving you a target out, downside 48.50. That breaks, we gone. And then GameStop, I don't know. I could take it out at $29. Let's see what happens. I think we'll probably get out of this one. It sucks to bring it all the way back to VWAP, but I'll do it, man. Like 25.50. If that breaks, let's get out. Let's get out on a 25 break. It's just been fun to hold this all the way up. I think it's obviously gone parabolic already. It's been a fun ride. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I sure as hell have. It's been a big day for us on GameStop.
Yeah, I'm just quickly going to look at some locates on the CPSH. I mean, anytime it's a halt party like this, I look to see if there's good volume, which there is at that 3 million. Brendan just brought you this name, which is certainly on the move, and Zom's trying to retake that buck. Short sell restricted, so I said I'd try to get it on the way down. That means it's going to be tricky. I have been unable to add a single share since the 103 turn, but that's part of the game. I need that uptick to be able to get in. The current halt on CPSH is at $8. To the upside. I like the fact that there was already a top at $9.50 before, so we can use that. If it opens up and it's going to be lower than $8, for sure I'll be taking a short position so long as we have the locates. Otherwise, I'll be looking for it to maybe test that $9.50 area on doing some volume, so I do like that trade. Man, I got no shares at 2, I got no shares at 3, I got no shares at 101, and I got no shares at $1 even. Still just the shares I had under $1 on Zom.
No shares at that level.
I hate that rule, man. It's like a dollar stock. Why can't I short it?
Yeah. SSR there, down 10% either today, intraday, or yesterday. That's the SSR rule. Okay, so Chewy does come up to 111. We don't get in, but on watch 100% here. CHWY. Oh, I like the Chewy. Let me hit the Chewy thing here because obviously it's Star Wars, and we like that around here. My kid's loving Star Wars right now. 111 to the high side. We got to watch out for it breaking through on Chewy. That's going to be coming to the high side there. ZM was another name, obviously. Zoom, not AM. ZM. Zoom Media off today, up that 3% on a offering. I believe they had some earnings as well, or some note on Zoom, just breaking through 370. Look at the NASDAQ, man. Remember when I said like NASDAQ's negative? Yeah, good luck with that. Big time move up here. Zoom 370 and still going. What's up, Bren?
Yeah, we talked about the offering yesterday on Zoom. They priced it today. That was the update for that one. Air Technologies, I believe this one is Air Industries, my apologies. Big pop aftermarket yesterday for this to 225, just perking back up here a little bit, trying to take out that pre-market high around 190 for AIRI, guys.
So CPSH opens up and it ticked below that $8. I got like 786. It got as low as like 750 and then immediately started screaming to the upside. So it looks like this one could be going. I want to just get in and out. I'll take like a 50-cent hit because I don't like that 9. I like 950 to the top. So in that case, you got to be waiting for the price that you really, really love. It was going to hold 8. Fantastic. I wasn't taking 50 cents. To be honest with you, I was risking 50 pennies up there, or at least I thought that would be slippage. Thankfully, it was. But I was trying to get back down to 7 even. If it holds this range here, I'd much prefer below the halt price. I'm going to always do that time and time again. So I need it below $8 for another short, or $9.50 is going to be the level. I actually got a few more shares here at $1 on Zom, but it's now holding a 1 penny range bid offer. I guess people are trying to short it and they just can't do it because they can't hit the bid, so it's not moving at all. Brendan's Acor, this is a fantastic look here for that 7 even. It's starting to level off, at least a little bit. At some point, I was kind of hoping this would give a bit of a bounce back into VWAP, but at this time of day, given how slowly it's moving down, I would not necessarily be shorting this one on a pop to the upside. If it goes to like 650, I'd much rather wait to see it test 7 even. So I did have an offer there before. I'm actually going to go ahead and cancel it. I no longer want this one back in the 650 to 660 range.
Yeah, we were still waiting for Chewy here. I did have a GameStop stop at VWAP, so if that does come through, we will take that. Oops, an order that I had pending just went through. Nicola, don't mean to be short this one. Let's get out. What's up, Bren?
That CCIV, I just saw a couple of people talking about CCIV, which is this. Yeah, a bit of a flush there. 1550 down to 1480, but it's bouncing. This is Lucid Motors. Remember, this came out a couple days back. This is a SPAC, CCIV a SPAC, but going to become Lucid Motors, yet another addition to the EV space.
One more time. CPSH, I said if it goes below 8, I'll try it again. That's exactly what's happened. So not the same price, but it's close enough. It's like a 780. This time, I'm actually going to throw a stop and not try to do this one manually like an 8 1/4. Not as far as before. I think slippage would be about the same as it was last time, but I think we can come back to like a 7 to 720 handle because this had a previous 950 rollover. That's one of the reasons why I kind of like making this play to come back to that consolidation point. Virgin Galactic. Oh, there was a dip buy in there that sorry. I told you guys about 2740 if it came back in, but it did fill. I just didn't inform you guys. It did fill a couple of minutes ago, 2740. Came back up to 50s or so, but not really moving. My 46 is my average price. I'm giving it to this 27 1/4. If it breaks that, I can probably reload at 27, so no need to get greedy there and hang on all the way to VWAP. I'll probably just buy it down there if it gets there and take this off for a smaller hit.
Okay, we're still waiting. Yeah, good look on that one. We're still waiting for Chewy. It looks like Chewy will break. That was a mistake there on Nicola. When you get in, it's just a stop order that we had pending. So breaking through 21, you get out, when that happens. So we did take a 10-cent hit there, but again, didn't mean to have that position. So if you are following me and taking those trades, that's why I said to you that was an accident. So we get in and out ASAP there on the same candle. So that was a good one. Okay, I do want to check back Chewy because the market's going now. So maybe Chewy is as well. 111 break. We still got that on Chewy and we like it. So, okay, there it goes. A GM. Good thing we scalped off there. Almost all of it. We did hold a little piece back. 48.50 does break. It looks like this name just wants to keep going down. We're wrong on GM today. I was really, really excited thinking it was breaking out, which it was. But then now just reverting back in. Thank God we got out like a light there and just, held a little bit backside, but that did not happen. Looks like we're ready already with Brendan over there at Sector Watch, one of my favorite segments.
Hey guys, let's have a look at the S&P 500, see what is leading the way so far. We are overall in positive territory, but you can see from this board, there's not much holding up this market at this point. You go over to this side of the board, real estate, utility stocks, and communication services. That is about it. Everything else pretty negative on the day. Financials, energy, material stocks, industrials, consumer discretionary, and tech shares, all in negative territory. There are a few standouts here, positive. Intel on that news, 8.2% to the upside. AMD, XLNX to the downside, though, offsetting all of that and more, along with some of the hardware equipment makers, the software names also in negative territory. Consumer discretionary stocks, it's the retailers for the most part leading to the downside today. You can see GPS there, 4.5% in negative territory. One that's been a bit of a high flyer this week so far, Etsy, finally getting a bit of a pullback. 1.5% to the downside target. We talked about 1.2%. Here's some travel names at the bottom here. LVS, 3.7%. All the cruise lines are here, about 2% to the downside as well. So again, industrials, healthcare, information technology, and consumer discretionary stocks offsetting a little bit of positivity coming from this side of the board, but we are still in positive territory overall. 0.16%, guys. Back to you.
Just going to update you guys on Virgin Galactic. The 2740 bounce, we'll go arrows up for it temporarily. Got some out there, 15-cent scalp and then a 20-cent scalp there. Still holding half the position to try and work it back to the previous high. And if it breaks 28, I do want to have some shares on board in the event that happens. We are back under $1 for ZOM, so the fireworks on this stock continue. Of course, I talked about rolling into this short in front of that 103. That was the price that we had on the original short when it broke this level, guys. So that's why the random defense of not $1, but $1.03. I was able to finally get some more shares there. And We'll see if it gets back down to that 90 range where there was some consolidation before. I'm going to go in a second here, if I can, after I get some bids in, to CPSH. I thought there'd be a little bit more weakness on this rollover. I got a hit at 740 there, so I was able to make like a 40-cent win. Last time I didn't take 50, this time I take some for 40 because why be greedy? And then it's just bouncing right off of this level. It cannot get to that 7.25. It cannot get to 7 even, at least just yet. I'm going to move my stop up to 8, no longer 8.25, just to tighten it up a little bit, maybe a little bit stronger than I was anticipating here. So I want to be geared up to make sure I'm taking the profit instead of like last time, staring it in the face and then taking the hit.
Yeah, we don't want to stare too much in the face here because right now GameStop's still trying to go. And Brendan, maybe it's funny because I just bought some more of these shares yesterday. BFT just popped there up to 15.20 there, breaking. It looks like it was just off on this break here, 15.25. But Beta, this is going to be pay safe, of course. BFT fully transmean. It's just a SPAC. So we're going to see. They haven't changed the name. I don't know when the date is. Maybe that's what just got announced. But 15.65 now. If we can look at a longer term time frame here on BFT, we're getting near upside again. So we'll just watch. It did tick down here, $13.50, $14. As I said, I bought some more yesterday. We're going to see it's only up 2.7%. So it's not like it's huge. But that was a decent move to the upside right there. Just wondering if there's some news because it's starting to go BFT. Oh yeah, and by the way, Batman is in the building right now, and so we just take some Tilray. You might have saw that come through, guys. Before we go to Brendan, let's take some off here. Tilray just ripping to the high side there. We took out the day's high of 14.85 in the marijuana spot. So here we go now. Let's see if Tilray can make it rain down. Bang! There it is. We're smoking on Tilray. Nice little move to the upside. We take out the day's high. We get out there 91. We get out there 95. Let's see what it does on 15. The reason why I got Brendan coming in a second. The reason why we like Tilray so much, if I could just zoom, ooh, that's too far. If we could zoom in, we did break back above right now, this 1380 not too long ago, so it's breaking out. Tilray breaking out. Let's see what it does now to the high side. It may have just failed there at 15. We got out at 60% right there. Let's go to Brendo.
There was, so nothing in the way of any kind of date for BFT as far as when that deal is going to be complete, but I'll bring this over so you can see. They did launch a couple of new markets, including this one, Moldova, the Republic of Moldova. So the company itself, PaySafe, moving into a couple of new markets as far as their operations are concerned, which obviously means more business, guys. So positive.
Republic of Moldova, you say? Okay.
Certainly a positive note there. I'm going to come back to a couple of names here. One of them is going to be that CPSH. It is looking like it's going to be good. Look, I hate to say that, but it's starting to come down here. It tried to test this 780 area, which is exactly the price that I have loaded up. And I mean, it just got smacked down. So the bid, any buying basically got sold rather heavily. So I think we'll get that 725 or area rather quickly. I did work out of some more shares of ZOM. I want to come back to Intel if I can. I said when the move first happened that the pullback, I was looking at 56 just based on what I saw on the daily chart. It's now twice that it's bounced off of 57. So it does seem like obviously this is going to be a bit of a level to watch for Intel. If it levels off here, maybe a secondary push in the afternoon, has this as a base as opposed to 56. You can be wrong. I was looking for a bottom pick on Intel. I'll try to see if it comes back down and test it and get a long position off it again. There goes ZOM. It just feels like we'll hit some slap shots for that stock. It'll end up probably being my best stock of the day. This $1 level looks like it's going to be a good one. I have a bunch of orders down to this 92 where it consolidated before. If it breaks that, I'd look to see if it can't test 90. It's probably going to have some consolidation 90 to 92. And then from there, that 80 bottom seems like a bit of a pipe dream. It's probably going to bounce before it tests that level, in my opinion.
Okay, so Tilray back upside. I was watching Palantir. It looks like it's trying to take off. I say what's up to everybody in the chat. Thank you so much for bringing Palantir to my attention back to 27 and change. So we will see what's happening right now with Palantir. If it does break back above 27, there is some size there. So we are noticing that. VWAP back here, 2660. If we do, there we go. So now we're long Palantir. It's not like I'm going to scalp this out right away. 2680. Yeah, I don't mind this as a pullback to where we get out if we're wrong. Palantir can run. We know that. Here it goes. Nice little position for us. We're long at 04s. Let's see what it wants to do here. Palantir long at 04s.
Just to go back to Virgin Galactic, if I was flat and I saw this 28 level hold and then it came and consolidated lower off a move like this, I'd probably be thinking, as long as this is taking to get back up, I might be thinking about a short in front of 27.75, which means at least on a minimum level, I'm going to go ahead and think it's not going to go too much further than this. Take some more shares off here just in this range, right at 63, where we're getting that 20-cent scalp. Just to lighten the load a little bit. It's not getting flat, but just to take a few more shares profit. I'm going to have my stop. It was at 25. I'll give it to 35 here, so I'll tighten the stop a little bit. And it just goes to the point that if I would be thinking about a short, it means I'm not in the back of my mind thinking it's nearly as strong as the original break. I think in a longer swing time frame, it's probably a lot better than it is going to be on a day trade. I have to come back to, where did it go here? Here we go, sorry, lemonade. Lemonade, that cool, refreshing drink. That chop fest continues, but it is showing some more signs of strength. I will look at this 187 for an afternoon type of breakout trade. I thought the next stop could be 200 on this thing before I would think about shorting it. If we hold above VWAP, sometimes see those afternoon pushes, and this stock 6% lately has not meant a heck of a lot to it, so you can see a bigger extension than that. Next stop, like I said, 200, but 187, not on an undercover cop for a breakout trade on Lemonade in the afternoon.
Okay, 187, good look there. GameStop right now, 27. Oh wow, 28, back to 28. Let's see what happens now, man. If we can go to 29, then we'll say a hell yeah to anything popping off there. We did also, we're waiting for this 2680 on the backside of Palantir. The thing about Palantir is I noticed they're stacking the offer. Like every time there's a move up, they're stacking the offer. And what I mean by that is, you know, you get, see like right there, it's happening again. So watch this get stacked. So it's that stack. They'll bring it, there you go. See, they're stacking it, they're bringing it down, removing it, bringing it down. I think this stock is being manipulated, but I'm already in it. So I got to wait to see what they do to this because once again, like I said, we're already in this name. And I believe they're stacking the offer here to push this thing down. So we'll wait, like right there. Like see, they stacked it at 94, it went right to 93. So, you know, very, very interested in what's going to happen, but I'm not going to hold it. I'm not going to let them keep doing it to me all the way down. I got to get out, and here it comes. It's just making moves to the downside. So yeah, it's okay. We'll get out for a loser, but I'm glad I noticed that. I think that we can watch it. Here it comes. It's going to fall down. I can't hold this too much, guys, in case they just keep bringing this all the way back down. We're going to watch out for that. I did want to do a quick look here in on likes. So right now, 8,700 watching, not bad, but only 2.3K likes. Normally, we'd like to get that. I mean, what's our record? 5,000 the other day. I think we've got the winners on today, man. $5 winner on GameStop. We've got some big trades on. And don't like it for the trades, guys. Like it for the show. So hopefully you guys can get that. Valeria, I think we should be able to get to 3,000 within the next minute or so. So guys, if you can, please, it's a free show. Turn this stock around, turn your stocks around. Good karma, right, Valeria? Here it comes, 2.7. We're going to get to 2.3, from 2.3 up to hopefully now 3,000. Here it goes. Let's go. I love it. Thank you so much. Everybody supporting us. Valeria.
I absolutely agree, Sean. Guys, it takes just 1 second for you to hit thumbs up and means everything to us. So please hit thumbs up right now. Back to Sean.
Okay, that was easy. There we go. A shout out there to all of our viewers. Thank you so much. 3.1. There's 1,000 likes in a minute right there, Valeria. So once again, guys, thank you so much. We hit that lucky 3,000 look there. So thank you so much to everybody who hit that like button for us. 3.2 thousand now. You get that Valeria 3,000 likes. So that's worth it to me alone right there. Thank you so much. We're going to work on some new graphics. So hopefully that pops off soon. 27 now coming back. I guess they've stopped stacking. I'm going to get out of a little bit here and see what happens on the upside, but that was a little scary as they brought it down to 82. Let's see if it can go through 90 now. Palantir, guys.
Yeah, and Brendan talked about this GOEV a little bit earlier. It's starting to go to sleep, but let's not sleep on this name here because this $20 level is going to stand out. It's been creeping back up off of this nice little bottom it made. You get those parabolic moves downside that actually hold an even level 18, hold a pre-market low, and then make a strong move back to the upside. Watch out for a 20 break here on GOV. ZOM, my price is 102, but this time if it tests back, if it gets that 103 break, I'm going to get out of it. I did take off 3/4 of the position, but I did leave some on in case it went down to 90 cents. You don't want to turn a winning trade into a losing trade, especially like the third or fourth time you're playing off of a level. It is 10.50, and you know that means it's time for Money Talks. Let's see what's going on in the world of crypto first, and then the currencies as well.
Hey guys, yeah, we'll have a quick look at currency markets for today. A lot of this board going to be red today. That typically means, and is the case today, that we're seeing a bounce in the U.S. dollar. Some strength coming back into the U.S. dollar after a two-day move to the downside. So we have the euro, the CAD, both in the red. The euro 0.3%. Canadian dollar actually was higher about a half an hour ago, but has gone red. British pound back to the downside as well. You can see both of these two, Japanese yen, Swiss franc, slightly higher on the session. Australia, Turkey, and New Zealand all in negative territory today, about 0.5% across the three of them to the downside. Wanted to mention Bitcoin because we are starting to hold the top end of this range. I drew these lines on here a couple days ago as we came into this area from the way up. If you remember that 34.5 down to 30,000 area. So we are starting to hold around this 34,500. Not terribly active today though for cryptos, guys. Back over to you.
No, we've been watching. I mean, we were in. I mean, Mara was a big, huge trade for me today as well. We bought that 2150 break on Mara. So if you're looking for crypto trades, we got them on board as well. So hopefully you guys like that. But there's that break, 2150. We got out. We didn't take out the ultimate high there of 2370, but we did get some out. Oh, and I just want to give. I mean, look. It's been fantastic, and I don't want to keep talking about our likes, but I just want to talk about the fans that we have. 3.5K, like we were at 2.3, so thank you so much. Very humbling for our whole crew here, how well this show's been taken by a lot of you. So thank you so much for that one. GameStop still at 28, Neil.
Yeah, it's interesting to me because certainly... I think GameStop is the trade of the day for multiple reasons. If you're going to be, one of the things we talk about all the time is A, discipline, B, have a plan, C, always learn from your mistakes, learn from your successes. I'm calling my best trade of the day a loss on GameStop. Certainly, Sean had a fantastic breakout long. I love betting against bull flags, to be perfectly honest with you. You've probably seen that time and time again. But if you get greedy, holding on to the high of the day with a short like this. And the reason why I don't use the high of the day is because the short interest, the momentum in this stock, I always think is crazy. But that's because of that 100% interest. You're just going to get destroyed because when this level goes, when 2340 goes, 23 had liquidity. When 2340 went, there really wasn't any. You're probably paying up at least 3x to what your expected loss is going to be. And if you get deer in headlights, 10x? I don't know. Like if you thought you were losing 10, 15 pennies, you could have easily lost $2 on this. I don't know why it never halted up. But it's finally showing some signs of slowing down a little bit. It's too far away from this 29 high to jump into a short here at 28 and give it to that price. So I'd like it off of a 28 level here. I'm going to have a quick look just to see if it holds there any longer and have a look at level 2 to just make sure there isn't any bids stacking up against that trade. But I'm starting to like it again to take another quick swing. But again, not the high of the day would be my stop. That's just GameStop. I am going to go back over to just to update you guys on what's going on in that ZOM. It did make a test to the top. I told you guys I'd get out if it broke that 03. It never even got there. It got to 98 and stalled out. I have a couple more bids in front of 92. If it fills these, I'm holding on to see if we can't break 90 and then go right down towards that previous bottom. CPSH, I got half for a scalp. The other half, it looks like I might get stopped out for a 20-cent hit plus slippage. So it'll be a mixed result. It'll be a mixed bag for me on CPSH.
Okay, good. Not good to lose, but good stock there, CPSH. And like Neil said there on GameStop, yeah, I mean, you got to have your outs. And we talk about that all the time on the show. And that's the one thing that we're really excited about. I think, again, just looking at my Twitter and Instagram and things like that, that a lot of people have learned a little bit more about discipline and being patient and taking the right fills and not trying to YOLO every single trade. And I think that's what I've done right here on Palantir. Like, we went on 27. I loved it. You guys know that. I think it's great that long there. And we did get some out at 27.10. We got a couple times out there, but it didn't go. And then we noticed a little bit of trouble. So we've gotten some out at 92. I just took some more out at 95 there. So let's just wait. No more coming out now. We'll wait until a break of 80 to the downside. But that's Palantir. So we're going to wait on that one just to see if it does give us that 27 break. So I like it. We'll wait on Palantir. Let's see if it does break that 27. You still see me in GameStop. It's because I like it. And we're just going to wait to see. It's consolidating nicely here. I mean, it's just because of the short interest being what Brendan mentioned. They're 100% short. That I don't even know how that makes any sense, but we're going to wait for, I mean, I know how, but 28.20 there. If that gets taken off, I just wonder if we test 29 again, and then what happens if we get there? How far does this go? There we go. Like right now, it's happening right in front of our eyes. Let's see if that goes to 29. And then after that, man, we'll try to ring the register near 30, but GameStop is already off today. So good trade there. And here comes Palantir. Watch out for that 26.80. We're going to be out. I won't be happy, but we will be out of Palantir if it does break that, giving back some of our profits that we made early on this trade.
Yeah, but again, I mean, giving away some of your profits is going to be part of the game. I think if you're looking to mitigate risk, or if you're looking to make more on trades, both of those things require sometimes giving a little bit back. There's just no way around it. This live, I mean, someone's mentioned in the chat there, Sequitur, I'm surprised you didn't short it. Yeah, I talk all the time about post-halt style trades. This is basically a perfect example of what I would have loved to have been doing, but you can't track every single name in the market. One thing that I could have done, and I literally had this conversation with a trader on the floor yesterday. This is a trade halt page. You can see this is just NASDAQ, There are actually a couple of other ones as well, but you can in real time see every single stock that is halted. This has NASDAQ stocks. I'll actually show New York ones as well here, but that way you can see when there's like these volatility halts, and every single one today on the board looks like a volatility halt with the exception of maybe one. So it can be an indicator that a stock is doing volume if it hasn't hit one of your alerts. You can always have this page up. I might start thinking about keeping it in a place where I can always see it instead of having to flip to it every single time. And then I would have been able to notice some of these other stocks which had gone parabolic and were worth an opportunity for me. Yeah, Zom continues to go in the money for me. I'll go back over to Virgin Galactic because it has a decent chance that maybe it's going to hit my stop. I told you that it was starting to level off and looked like it was slowing down, and maybe it might retest 27. So I moved my stop up to 27.35 from 25. And I took some more shares off at 65 to scalp it as it seemed like it was slowing down a bit. So that's my plan of action. Of course, like I just mentioned, that means I'm giving up some upside. I have less shares on if it breaks 28. I've taken a smaller profit on the last leg. I was going to take some off at 27.75. I took them off 10 cents early. So all these things mitigate risk, but also give up a little bit of that upside.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what we're doing, right? Mitigating risk. I like that word. Good call on that one. We're getting ready for Valeria I think it's with Europe again. That'll be coming up soon. I still have GameStop, guys. So I'm still waiting for that 29 to break. It almost did there. We can watch it together, but I'm sure some of you have this anyways. It looks like it's going to break. And then again, this is not like a trade that I typically will hold on to this long, but we only have 10% left. And I like it. So let's see how high GameStop wants to go here if it does break through that 29. To check back here on NIO, we traded that today, but look how choppy this is. This is why we stay away right now. People asking on the chat, what about NIO? But what about it? I mean, $63 bounce off. You could try to go long if we get to 63 again, but right now just kind of stuck. There's other names moving like Nikola. We talked about Palantir, their GameStop. Here it comes. Watch out for NEO. Maybe going to take the bottom off. Like if the NASDAQ falls here, NEO could take this out. So watch out for 63 breaking on NIO, guys. That's about the only thing that I have to talk about right here. It's not moving. It's brother-in-law, Xpeng. We could check out that one as well. 51.40. We've talked, again, look, not much. We talked about 51.50 breaking. That might be a good short.
Hang on a
51.70.
Why not just its brother? Why its brother-in-law is the question I want to ask there. But
I don't know.
I don't know. I think I like it. I think it's funny. Sean giving me chuckles all the time here. But before we go to the European update, I just look for locates on a firm. 12 cents a share, which a lot of times recently we've been getting like 6 cents a share. So twice, maybe twice the demand for shortable shares.
That still seems cheap to me.
It still seems relatively cheap, given it's going to be opening at a ridiculous price. But anyways, just wanted to pass that little tidbit along because I can, and we have that information, and we give it to you for free every single day. It is time for the European update. Let's go to Valeria at the big screen.
Hey guys, European markets are mixed. Coronavirus developments are in focus. Britain is down 0.08%. Germany is down 0.27%, and France is up 0.31%, and Spain is up 0.15%. Telefonica trading in Spain is up 10.14% after announced a $9.4 billion sale of phone masts to American Towers. Back to the traders.
Okay, Palantir does fall off there, so we did get out, so no problem. We'll cancel our upside high there. It goes right to view up and we get out. And again, we did notice there, we talked about it stacking the offer and it coming back down. So we noticed that. Good on us for doing that. Bad on us for having the trade, but I did like a 27 break, but as soon as we noticed that, we got lighter, and then now there's really no damage done to us. So that was a good trade for us through Palantir. I hope you guys know that. We did talk about getting lighter and lighter on that name. One name that's moving that I don't know if you've been in it or not, Neil, but Fubo here today.
Unfortunately, yes.
Oh, okay. Up 3.5%. I just want to look at it because right now, man, the market, like, although this is happening in the NASDAQ, I got to find other names here because a lot of the stuff that I'm looking at just not moving right now. So, but GameStop does take out, it does take out 29 and it goes to 29.50. Let's watch out. Here goes GameStop. We're still long 23. It's been a fun one on this stock today.
I mean, Fubo has not been fun for me because it's like bottom pick long, scalp win 40 cents, and then basically turn around and lose that same money. Then I have a short, scalp win again 40 cents, turn around and lose it again, go long and then lose. So it's like I'm basically flipping a coin on Fubo. That's why I haven't gone back to it. But that's what you should do. If you don't have a good read on a stock, just walk away from it. No need to overtrade it. Brendan, what's up, buddy?
Just going to throw this up on screen so everyone can see along with us, guys. There's a down tick. It's now 86. So a firm now indicating 86, down from 90. Guys.
Isn't this what it was it DoorDash that did this one where it was like ridiculously high and then it started ticking down the indicated open? So I don't know, maybe it actually does come back to like that 70 to 75 range. I think I might put in like an 80 order or something like that. So in and around this price for maybe not as many shares as I would have put the market on open print. I can't show you the chart, guys. There's no chart to look at for a firm, so apologies there. This is still Fubo. But maybe I would have put more shares in if we're talking about buying it at like 60, like a 20% premium off of that 49 last issue. But maybe I think an 80 makes a little more sense to me. I didn't have an order after I canceled it when I heard 90. Looking like it's coming back down and might make a more reasonable opening price.
Okay, and there it goes, man. 29.33. It's testing 29.50 again. I just want to see what this does. I mean, there's some size there. Let's just see what GameStop does here above $30, as it looks like that's where it wants to go. And so, hell yeah, on that one, if it does, it's stopping again. Maybe I just get out now. This is a $6.50 winner on GameStop. So I don't know. I think that we could hold it even more. I just want to see what happens at 30. Getting a little greedy here, I do understand that. But sometimes greed is the name of the game. When you feel like you have something on. So let's just wait to see. Obviously, I'm not too greedy because right here we take out for easy peasy there, and then it rips back up. We take out 26.30, and now we wait. So like I said, it's about 15% or so that we have left on. We're going to wait to see what happens at 29.50. Looks like it's taking it out as we speak. So it looks to be a good trade on board here for us, obviously on GameStop, and just still going to the high side. Palantir falls down. Neo right here, guys, breaking that magical level of $63. It looks like it's going to do that soon to the downside. It hasn't done that since the open where we got caught on our long. So right now, Neo, back-to-back days, I'm negative on Neo. $63 looks like it wants to break. Watch out for 62.90 downside.
Worth going to the well on something that you do good on. We got a question, and I'm going to try to show this for you guys. I don't know if it's easier to do it here. I don't know if you can see. Can you see on that shot? Someone asked in the chat, how much do we sleep? You can't. I'll tell you that number on my Whoop is 6 hours and 17 minutes, which is on the high end for me. So I got a lot of sleep last night.
Yeah, that's long, man.
Okay, so there's a trick to that. I fell asleep putting my daughter to bed at 9 o'clock, and it counts that little bit. And so when I woke up after doing that, it counts it as like you basically having gotten up from your slumber. I didn't really get a full 6:17. It's kind of a cheat there. Anyways, just a good look. That's a funny question. We do sleep. If you don't sleep, it's actually not good for you. I actually track the amount that I sleep. And then have noted that below a certain number, and I literally told one of the managers, the manager on the floor here, Greg, I said, you should just ask me how much I slept, because if it's under 5 hours, I should never put size on in the afternoon because I'm way too tired to do it. So I always try to get more than that, of course, but you never know what's going to happen to you sometimes. You got to have these rules for you. Other ones I've had in the past is if you had too late of a night, having too much fun, size down for sure. I have like a 80% shutdown rate when I get too sauced. That's 100% true. It's been my entire career, but I rarely do it anyways, guys. GameStop just turned around. I was looking for 30, and then like right in front of my face here, it just had a bit of a dip down. I wanted to see selling come in. 29 was good, obviously, the first time. I wanted to that even dollar level. It's still in a strong upward trend, so you have to have a very, very clear out and a very good level to get in off of. If it does take back to like 29.50, I would then use high of the day 70. I think that's a reasonable risk to reward because there should be liquidity at 30. So you get out at 29.70. Thinking that even with slippage, there should be liquidity at 30. So when you try to hit that level, it's no more than a 50-cent hit if you get in 29.50.
Okay, and there it is. Finally, guys, punch that in the face. We finally get Chewy. Go, Chewy. We get Chewy long at 111. It's now 111.55, so a nice little 55-cent winner here on Chewy. And we just took out half, to be honest with you. So we did take some out at 11.50. This is now all-time highs. The reason why we get out there is because of this high that it already made 11.50. We just crack it now. So I say let go to Chewy. See how high this one wants to go here. Well, I don't know. We just took out that 50 cents. We put that in our pocket. Now we have a 70-cent winner here on Chewy. We've been talking about this one to you all day long, and we waited just like a sniper. We waited for GameStop to break that 23, and now we wait for Chewy to break that 111. And here it goes, guys. It looks like it's going to be a dollar clean in the money for us soon. Just got to break through that 75, then 112, and then we'll see where the players dwell after that. But right up to 112 coming. Hopefully it just keeps on going, and we will see about that. There it goes, 111.85. Next out or next upside, obviously 112, and then we'll wait to see on a pullback what it does when it tests 111 again. But I'm not dropping this one. We're out of half. We put that money in our pocket. You guys know we love this name. Let's go to the high side on Chewy. Let's go. We got GameStop as well. That's the only one that we're waiting for at 30. But Neil just talked about that one. Let's go, Chewy. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go. I mean, I love the Chewbacca reference there anytime you can do it. I'm a big Star Wars fan. 187 is coming up on Lemonade. It's not there yet, but we're creeping up, and the stock defies expectations sometimes. And so that 187, I think it has a good shot for a breakout, but it's only the breakout trade that I'm interested in. So it might happen a little bit later on in the session. You do what you can there. That live, again, it looks like this is going to be a good one for the rest of the day short, but I think you're probably having to either wait for it to retest this high price, 25.87, so call it like 26 even off the last halt, or if it breaks it, watch out for 30 because it's not crazy to think that it might actually break this 26 and then give you another shot at this post-halt high at 30 even, where there was just a hard reversal. I'll come back to ZOM just because I am still in position here. I told you I hung on to like 20% of the position. On the off chance we get back down to this 90 range and break it, it looks like it's going to make another test at 95. And if it finally breaks through this buyer here, I'll use that momentum to get it a few more shares. And then hopefully we get down to that 90 range. The last entry was at 102. You're not going to get the flush like the first time the move happened because, quite frankly, that was just all panic sell. I think a lot of people that have been hanging on to this stock, look, you could have had this a couple of weeks ago, a couple of months ago at 10 cents, and a couple of weeks ago, you're certainly still getting it at 40 cents. So, people on the way back when it takes a buck are thinking, oh man, I better take this profit before I don't get anything. And that's why a lot of stops will be triggered when it retook that $1 even level. As a short seller, taking advantage of it as a day trader is a must, almost. If you're going to be shorting stocks and penny stocks, you got to have that dollar break on ZOM.
Yeah, just reading the chat there. Thanks for the call on Chewy. We're up to 12.25 right now, and hell yeah. So that's a good idea that we had finally. I think we had a bunch of them today anyways. I also did read, Sean, get out of GameStop. So yeah, I am going to at some point. You know what? I'm thinking right now maybe this is it. 28.50. I'm debating bringing it back here out of 28 and change. I don't need it to get into this area. So let's get out if it does break this 28.25 here. Or maybe even 28.50. We'll see if it tests one more. But the last spike down was, here's 28.50. Okay, that's good. Yeah, I like that better. So 28, what's that high here? Yeah. Okay, so a break of 28.50, we'll get out and we'll put $5 into our pocket for sure on that one. Chewy does go. We are $1 plus in the money. It goes as high as 112.50. I may just take that out for for another $1.50 win on that name. So let's see how high Chewy wants to go. It looks like it's going upside again. So let's just keep on watching this one. Maybe get out at 113. We'll see if we can't take $2 on that. So I do like Chewy, and I will put in a stop order now, 28.50. Thanks for the heads up on that one, guys.
It's not that I don't want it to work for you on the last of these shares on GameStop, but come on, man. You've already had a monster winner. And I just put the short on at 29.47. I talked about 29.50. I did get the fill up there. So 29.70 is the high. But believe me, I'm crossed a little bit deep, expecting liquidity at 30. So I think we can lose up to like 50 pennies on this, despite the fact that the stop is at 20. So if it makes a break, there's no way I'm going to miss that level to the upside. My first bid is in front of 28 even, so I'm not even taking any profit till it's over $1 in the money. That's the risk reward. If you don't have that level of risk reward on this stock, it's not worth it for you guys, because this is what it'll do. If it breaks here, and I mean, wow, that was a great fill. I thought I'd get slippage to 30. It actually got me out at 29, so to 28.72. So risking only 25 pennies, that's pretty good. When I thought it was worth at least a $2 trade, maybe even $2.50. Brendan, what's up?
There was news on Dropbox, guys. In the pre-market, they announced they were cutting 5% of their, 11% of their workforce. The stock was down 5%, but we are starting to hold higher. Just noticed this 2240, 2250 area. Bit of support for DBX if anyone's looking at it. This was the flush in the pre-market right before the open. In fact, they came out with that news, guys.
Okay, yeah, so yeah, sorry about that, Neil, but there it goes. We don't want to short anything here with GameStop, and here it goes to the upside again. We do have that 28.50. It does break through 30 now, so we're off to the races on this one, man. Big trade for me, obviously, as you guys can figure. So there we go. We're positive for the day, so there we go. We put another positive day on the board, and right now, 112.60, debating just getting out of Chewy right now. If it does break back down below 112, let's just take that dollar clean win and see how high it wants to go to the upside. We'll get out 112. Actually, let's just wait for 113. NASDAQ coming back in, which is making me a bit nervous. Maybe take a 112 break and get out, guys.
I'm literally just going to tweet this out because I just said to you guys why liquidity is better to have that 29.70 as a stop instead of 30. Because at that price, there's likely to be shares available. When it breaks 30, there's just nothing there, and it immediately goes to the upside. So once again, it's going to two shorts, and it's like basically in and out, in and around the same price. And each time, the risk reward is fantastic on a gap fill, but the other side of it is it gets really ugly for you. And as long as you have a plan of action, almost anything is tenable. But if you don't, then almost nothing is a tenable trade for you guys. So GameStop, it's only shooting to the upside. Somehow I'm short twice, and not even sad, guys.
Yeah. I'm not short. We're still long here. $23. So welcome to an $8 winner, right now. But looking to even go more, guys. The best trade, honestly, was this one right here. When I said 27, when that breaks, watch out, because it does go right away to 29 there. Now I have no idea, but we're still going to hold this one. Like, okay, SEC, like, are you guys awake or not? Because this stock just continues to go up without any halts.
Zero halt.
There, so zero F's given, I guess, on these kind of breaks. I don't know. We have an $8 winner, so I'm not complaining. We just hit the swish upside there. Big day for us. We're going to be positive today for sure. We did get out of that Chewy rate here. 112. I can find the exact price for you. What is it? 112.09 out there. So we cross in. We had to take a dark pool fill. As you can see, there's about 16 cents worth of room there. So we get out at 112.09 there on Chewy. So that completes that trade. And now we don't have to worry about any downside. But GameStop still making moves to the upside here, and it doesn't look like it wants to stop. GME just still ripping faces off here, guys.
I don't know if Brendan can confirm here. I just saw on Twitter a couple people saying 90 again for a firm. I don't know whether that's true or not. So once again, my order, I had a limit on open order in the low 80s. I guess I might go ahead and cancel that if it's actually true. It's going to be back above that $90 range. It's just, I might end up not taking the opening print on that stock, allowing it to open, and if I like a long trade, I'll just go ahead and take it off of maybe size or an even dollar level, or maybe even a breakout style trade on that. Just to come to another IPO, Airbnb, if you remember sort of the structure of how these work on the first day, we talked about this a little bit with Mark this morning. For those of you that might have that FOMO for a firm, just look at a chart of Airbnb or look at a chart of DoorDash and look at what happened. You know, several days of dropping back down after one of these 2x from IPO issue price to opening day highs. and then you usually get a bit of a pullback. Both those names have pushed back to fresh highs, higher than that original first day, off of a hard bottom at 120 here in Airbnb. In DoorDash's case, it was 140, and then it went all the way back up to 195. So patience can be a virtue. You don't have to get in on the opening print. You don't have to go absolutely crazy with these. I know FOMO is a thing, but most of these stocks are going to give you a shot to get back in at what you might consider to be a more reasonable price. At least that's my opinion. I could be wrong about it. I was certainly wrong about Acor. I thought it had made a bit of a base at 6 and might test back up to 650. I canceled an offer to get short at that price and was thinking about hoping they would go to like a 7 for a short. No, it's just continued to slide. It did break and is now holding a 580, but that was a great short that I believe you did have, Brendan.
Which one was that? Sorry, I missed.
ACOR.
Indeed, yeah. I haven't looked at it for a while, though. I want to mention this one. Foresight Autonomous just popping up here on volume. So they've announced a deal. So autonomous driving obviously taking over a little bit. They've announced a deal with what they're calling, it's tough to see, but a project with a prominent Japanese vehicle manufacturer. So FRSX, off to the races here, guys.
FRSX again. I thought GOV would be off to the races if it held this any longer, but no 20 break in sight for this name. I know it's still on the watch for a lot of people. It's one of those gappers, up 17%, and it had a pre-market drop of $4, but it's fallen to sleep. I would still put it on the back burner and put it on your radar just in case you get another move. Just to come back to another name that I don't know. I mean, I know Brendan mentioned it. I did not. There's a bit of a rollover kind of occurring right now in Ride, of course, Lordstown. Right at this 27.50 mark, it's broken VWAP. This was a nice pullback price. It was close enough to this pre-market top. Not a very clean break when it took it out, but starting to slide back down. So if you're sort of holding in this name, it's showing some signs of weakness. This break here could have it retesting some of these opening range levels down around 26.60 to 26.80. So if you haven't taken profit, just a bit of an alert. Ride is starting to come back in with a little bit of momentum.
Okay, 29 and change here. Let's get out of GameStop. I'm not going to let this break through 29.50. It makes a huge move to 31.50. Amazing. You know, the old Sean would have been out of this thing a long time ago, but we've changed it up a little bit and we've held it. So, yeah, I mean, I'm just going to use this 29.50. Go back to my roots a little bit here. You do have some consolidation here. I just fear that if it does break this, we probably test 28.50. So let's just get out. I mean, this move is unreal, and it continues to go higher. So, you know, oh my God, what happened to we lost on? Yeah, see, look at that Tilray break there. Unbelievable, 1470. Don't know why we didn't give that back to VWAP. Tilray still off to the races positive, but yeah, we dropped some there. I didn't even realize we got out of Tilray actually. And now 1520 back to the high side. So Weed Batman was here. He's left the building, but he will come back at some point. 1520. What a great move that was here on TLRY. We hit that, man. We were looking at ACB, but I liked Tilray better off that break of the high, and now it's straight to the upside. I wish I still had that one. I'm actually surprised that I don't. That doesn't make too much sense that we dropped that. Neo here, I mean, Neil talks about some of the best trades are the ones that you get out of, and I think that this was a big drop down on Neo, but I kind of sniffed out that it was going to be a little bit of a short day here. We should have shorted this. If you draw a line, it's like straight down. The trend is straight down. You can even take a break right now of 62.60 downside. I think we'll test a small short 62.60 on end of the IO, Mr. Wickens.
Shake Shack, guys, we talked about it very briefly yesterday. They came out with preliminary Q4 results that were much better than everyone expected. So 2 days in a row here for Shack in New York. This thing's gone from 101 to 110, and it's been very controlled, not terribly volatile, just kind of grinding its way to 110 today for Shack.
So we kind of had this conversation, I know, at least a little bit this week. Peloton is like 30% of revenues for a firm for their buy now, pay later, yada, yada, yada. Of course, it makes sense because it's a big ticket item and it's a hot one as well. So as it indicates higher on a firm, the price gets higher, more ridiculous. The sympathy play is trading. So exposure, at least in part to they're not going to win without their biggest.
Yes,
their
Peloton.
Peloton to the races. I mean, I'm kind of pie in the face here, Sean, because this is like we did our firm video on YouTube, and actually, yeah, this was like number 2. We did it last week. We even mentioned that relationship as well. I don't know why I wasn't looking at Peloton while waiting for the open of a firm and hearing these indicative prices that are higher and higher. All you see is Peloton go up $10, almost straight like an arrow. But this pullback, right back to the open. And then just goes for a nice little run here. It's still actually testing towards the highs. Of course, the other side comes down too. Like if you start to see a firm drop like a rock and Peloton's up, people might start taking some profit when that opens up.
So, yeah, no, that's a good call there. Peloton obviously ripping up too because the NASDAQ is going bonkers. Peloton added. Okay, so the thing about it is here, guys, I have to admit right now that I was very lucky. I'm long Peloton. I hope you guys are as well. We talked about getting long right here off this 50 period. You guys know that I look at 50 period all the time. It does pull back. We're actually long 118 once it finally broke. So we're long Peloton right here in our personal account, swing trade account. So that's about, I don't know, 30% or so now in just a matter of weeks. And this is where I got lucky, guys. I actually had a stop order to get out if it did break a little bit below 140, so like 138 or so. And wow, GameStop. I mean, yeah, I'm hella positive today. Look at this, 139.97. We were going to get out about a 138 or so break on this stock. Yeah, it was these little things. I could show you the order in my broker statement and my broker account to get out there. We didn't, thank God, as now it's going back to all-time highs, Peloton. Stay long all the names that are working, guys. I know, Neil, you tried to short this thing twice, but there goes GameStop. You were very good getting out and not worrying about it, but we're one better today. 23 long. Like, I can't believe this is going to be a $9 winner. Like, I'm embarrassed. I just mentioned to Greg, if only I held the shares I had down here, then this would have been my best day in December. But wow, GameStop still going to the high side there. Unbelievable move here on GME. They're getting squeezed, and this thing hasn't even been halted yet. I'm not getting out of this thing till 50.
Yeah, if you have as a day trade, guys, like if it halts, maybe it'll make a little bit more sense. But you have to have a really good plan of action because it might not seem like it, but I've shorted that stock twice and lost less on it than I've lost on Fubo. On Fubo. So it just goes to show you, like you have to have a plan. I saw someone say in the chat just now, hold it overnight. Do that at your own risk. At some point, it is going to be probably a fantastic short, but gambling on when that's going to be can be a bit of a precarious situation. A firm, it does not look like it's going to open up for us to trade live on the show, but obviously it's going to open at some point today, seemingly around that $90 range, almost double the issue price at $49. Fantastic if you guys have that. Of course, I don't. It'd be nice. Peloton is still making a run to the high side. Do keep in mind that relationship they have. And we talked a little bit about Walmart as well, getting into the fintech space. They are also one of a firm's clients, and I don't think that news, maybe it's a bit overstated that Walmart, doing their own thing and then a firm losing them is a big deal. Maybe it's not. There's lots of room. And a big-time market, of course, only 7% of Americans currently using a firm for buy now, pay later as a bit of a service.
Okay, guys, Valeria mentioned here, and we're going to show them off here. Thank you to my lovely wife. For Christmas, I got socks with my kids on them. So what's up? Daughter, son, and then a dog. So my family's on there. The 18-year-old's not on here. He's not getting any love. But a big shout out. I don't know why. I think it's because he was away at university, so he couldn't. But we have lots of pictures of him. Sorry about that, Bax. You should be on there, but he's not. So it's the little kids on there. Shout out. And this has been a lucky day. So they talk about it in sports. What's up to the Maple Leafs starting? NHL starts tonight. But we are going to be celebrating a big day, and it may be due to the Sox. So what's up with that? But Pew, there it is. Pew Capital. I have no idea why that was just hit. But there's the Sox. Good on us. $10 winner on a $20 name. Thank you, my lovely wife. And what's up to my kids? Hope you're not driving her crazy with this virtual learning.
These guys, one day when Arun was taking over in the show, like one of my keys on the board, which usually switches the page so I can get to the slap shot when you made the note of hockey starting ttonight, it's the Pew instead. So occasionally when I'm going from one page to the next, I hit Pew. It is what it is, but there's a slap shot. Go Maple Leafs. Zom is starting to slow down. I'm going to change the plan a little bit. We have 5 minutes left to go. I was going to hold shares through 95 to see if it can go down. You can see my bids here. But look at this level over and over again, holding. Look at the bid here. It's only 100,000 shares. I'm now going to short this 95 when it breaks. I wasn't going to before, but the longer it sort of has a slumber down at this price with a dollar be able to hold it and an obvious out there, I'm shorting 95, going to add to the position instead of just take some shares off. So I wasn't going to do it before. So letting you guys know 95 looks like a good one. Can't punch it because the shorts are restricted, but you can try to get shares on the break in the event that it does happen. Brendan, what's up?
Just one more update, guys, before we get out of here. It doesn't appear as though a firm is going to open before we end the show. But last update at 11:22, 85 now for a firm. So just so everyone knows, nothing terribly exciting as far as earnings are concerned coming up tonight or before the open tomorrow. Afria was the only one that stood out on the earnings list, guys.
Afria? Okay, we like Afria, and it's a weed name, obviously, in place there. Someone just said on the chat, do I think it's going to $50? Where was that? Do I think it, yeah, right here? Yes. I do. I mean, I don't know where it's going, to be honest with you. That's just a stupid call. I wouldn't hold this until 50. You guys got to trade your own. Someone said earlier that this is a great show, but we haven't made you money. I don't consider making money as the thing. We're just trying to educate you, give you guys opportunities, and show you what's good. And honestly, like, I sat here on GameStop like a sniper, waited for this 23 to break. As soon as it did, bang, straight to the upside there. Was very, very lucky to get this. And sometimes you got to be good to get lucky. So we have the position on. I think that's the good part about it. This is really, honestly, like $26.50. This $3 move, like, I was super happy with that. Like, now that we're in the money, $9. I only say 50 because it hasn't halted yet. Like, once it halts, then I don't know where it's going to go. Like, it could open up. If the demand is huge and traders are really caught short, which they are, if they're not getting out, once it halts, you're going to see, I don't know what you're going to see,
the turn.
But you're going to see something happen, guys. So I would just say, if this halts, let's wait for it. But if it also breaks 32.50, people are going to get squeezed even more on this high of the day. So I don't know, Neil, if this is ever going to halt. We got a $10 winner on, so that's about all I know. And we are smiling. There it goes. There it goes, breaking through 32.50. I said that would be a good trade. There's another 25 cents for you on that break, even more. Watch it go through 33 right now. This is not a rant. I'm just telling you guys, I have no idea where this is going. And to be honest with you, because I had some risk on, I took a lot of it off there. So this is fun money right now. And even if this thing goes back down to 20, I'm still up on the stock, right? So that's how you should play it.
And Zom just spoke 85, so I couldn't get shares because the shorts are restricted, so I didn't add to it. But I still have the ones on that I had before. I think when GameStop halts, it's actually going to be a liquidity point, and things will start to make sense after that. So I would be looking to jump back into it after the halt takes place. That could be a good indication of a turn. I had to look this one up. We're going to go in a second to Miss V. For what national day it is, and it always, like I said, it always just makes me hungry, and not a bad way to celebrate a good day with a tasty treat. This one seems like a simple one, but it seems like also maybe a tasty one, Valeria.
Yes, Neil. And hey, guys, thank you very much for joining us today. I wish you a great rest of the day. And please share some love and like this video. And if you haven't yet, we will see you tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. And happy National Peach Melba Day.
It just looks, I mean, I don't know. It looks like it's just peaches, raspberry sauce, vanilla cream. That's very, very simple, and it looks hella tasty. So not a horrible way to end your day by giving yourself a bit of a treat. The last indication on a firm was $90 for an open price. The issue was 49. That was up from a 33 to 38 range, which got pushed up to 41 to 44, up to 49, and now it could open significantly higher than those price ranges. As with DoorDash, I don't know that I necessarily love the opening price on a bid, but having a look to see if there's any support on a buy is going to be worth an opportunity at those even dollar ranges. Should be good for a day trade. There's lots of eyeballs that are going to be on this one. Very likely I'm going to be trading it. I've paid for my shorts just in case there's a good opportunity at maybe like 100 or 125 if things go absolutely bonkers. Wowzers, it's been a good one, guys. Can't tell you enough.
Yeah.
But GameStop, Sean, before we get out of here, you should probably indicate that it hit the $10 mark.
Yeah, exactly. This is $11 in the money now, even more as we still continue to run GameStop, man. And we are super, super happy as this keeps going. The last stop order I put was $28.50. And good thing we didn't, because now we're $5 more in the money on the high side. Congratulations to anybody long with me, man. The trade of the day right here, GameStop, long 23. We used to do a trade of the day. We don't do that anymore, but this would be a no-brainer right there. Long through 23, all the way to the upside. I love this. Couldn't predict it, so that's what it is. But right now, GameStop treating me quite nice as we go hella positive on the day, guys.
Yeah, and we'll get out of here waiting for a firm. I got a limit order ready to go. It's sitting on a lonely chart because there's nothing happening. But do check this one out if you're interested in trading it or not. It doesn't matter. It's going to be worth watching and learning when an IPO opens up. Brennan, some last words?
Yeah, just real quick, guys. Another one came in here. 81.55 now. I mentioned 85 was the last at 11:22. At 11:29. 81.55 now for a firm, guys.
Yeah, okay. Absolutely. I think it's
coming down.
It's coming down, which I think is exactly what we saw with DoorDash. And then there was a little bit of a weakness before it made a bit of a pop when that was the case. Either way, we'll definitely update you on how the trading goes in that for the afternoon. And best of luck to anyone that does trade it. For the entire team, for Ms. V, who has her Pew Pew Capital vest off now. And from man Sean Katina, for Brennan Wickens, I'm Neil Roberts. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Trader TV Live. We'll see you tomorrow, guys.